On this episode of Roach Koach,
the second album by Adema.
Chunky Doc Marten shoes.
For a second, I thought it was tribal, but I am heading more towards academic.
Roach Koach
Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Roach Koach Podcast, the journey to create the Nu-Metal Canon. My name is Lorin Kozlowski. With me, as always, the original Roach Rider, Mr. Matt Nas.
Keep it rolling, baby.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with you for another episode of Roach Koach, creating this Nu-Metal Canon one album at a time. This week, we're back in the Indigo basement.
Yeah.
And we're back with our old friend. We have not seen him since the beginning of the year. He's had quite a year. We've had quite a year. And you might know him. He's Local Boy Done Good.
Local Boy Done Good.
WayneCountyLyfe. He's got all the characters. He can't walk down the street without getting mobbed by fans.
Oh, and Midwest fans are the worst.
Oh my! Because they want to talk. They want to have conversation. They don't. They're not looking for
every Midwest conversation ends in a hug. Like
yeah, yeah, and they don't want an autograph. They don't want that. They just want to talk a little bit.
But why do they always have catcher's mitts? Because they just want to catch with you?
Listen, it's always good for just a quick moment, just a quick back and forth. Can we just talk about this over a pitch? Can you just pitch it to me real quick? There's an open field right here. Why aren't you pitching it to me? Anyway, Garrett Fuller is here, everybody.
Hey, I'm up on this mic real close, baby. Yeah, that's what happens with the fans. My arms are thrown out because all I do is throw baseballs to my fans all day long. Kids, grandpas, everybody wants me to throw a baseball to them.
Just for a little bit of that connection.
That's right.
A little
Yeah,
bit of that connection.
Pictures are done. You know, autographs been done. Now everyone wants to play catch.
Super Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the security that Roach Koach has provided to record today in this bunker. I feel like Drake.
Well, we are happy to have you back. We're happy that things have been going so incredible for you this year with everything. I mean, you have now graduated from what I would say is like, hey, you're a cool guy. Come over here, check this out, to now like, hey, you want some free stuff? You want to go into a room that normally you wouldn't be allowed into to see an event? You were in the box at the Red Wings game.
How did this happen?
Okay, so the Bally Sports people are like fans, and so they must have saw some stuff, and they just reached out and were like, would you want to just come on in the booth and just like hang out and get some good content? It seems like people are understanding that now. Like, hey, do you want to just come in here and like, that would be a good video? And I was like, yeah, that would be a good video. So
I love this so much. I love Bally's for doing that because like
super cool.
That is like to being someone who used to work at a very large corporation.
Sure.
Their rules were like insane.
Yes.
It was like, well, I'm sorry, but with this 100-year-old brand, we really can't do those types of things. So it has to be a sterile white room where like this is like
they're cool.
And they get it from that point of view of like, it doesn't matter whether or not anybody watching this can or cannot afford a box.
Sure.
This is like either it can be aspirational for you or it's just great for your fans to see you do good.
Right. It was kind of just a big joke of just like Dip got invited into it by his buddies who happen to have more money than him. And it was just like an inside look of what he thinks rich people watch the game like, you know? So it's like unlimited chicken tenders. I knew it. Rich people get unlimited chicken tenders. And it was, which is the best type of chicken tenders.
Oh man, that's wonderful. So
but yeah, so it was cool to go in there and just kind of like have that like opportunity. So
that's awesome.
That's right. And you brought Mike Smith with you on that
Mike
one?
Smith, shout out Mike Smith. Yeah, he helps me run Wayne.
Mike Smith.
Yup. Loves that name being said on a podcast, baby. Yeah, Mike's co-creator
I'm
of
gonna
Wayne
cut
County
that
Life.
and make that a clip just for him.
Yeah, so he was super excited. I feel like is more, I like the Wings. Mike kind of grew up like, I love the Wings. Like he pretends he doesn't, but he's like, my hero, Steve Yzerman. And I'm like, oh, you're an Yzerman guy. So
well,
it
I
was super
remember being a kid and I loved the Red Wings. But they did that thing where they lost at a pivotal moment of my childhood development.
Yeah.
That hurt me so bad that I couldn't watch them anymore. Because what would happen is like they were very good. And Jacques Demuro was our coach and Yzerman was on the team.
Sure.
And we would get to the playoffs. And the fucking Maple Leafs every year would take us out.
How old were you in like 97, 98 when we won it?
Oh, yeah. No, I was a teenager.
Oh, okay.
This is like.
Oh, so the young
80s.
heartbreak, you had gone through the shit.
In
Yeah,
the
see, no
80s.
one remembers that part
Oh,
of
my
it.
God. It killed me.
Right.
And then.
Everyone thinks that just like we were dominant. I'm like, no, they sucked. They were called the
were-
Dead Wings.
Yeah, no, I remember that because I remember being a little kid and thinking the Lions were bad and the Red Wings were bad. And then the Red Wings having that 90s resurgence, I remember going like, this doesn't compute. Like, I thought we were the bad team, and now we're just like the best team, like consistently,
Yeah.
like dominating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so,
only 7 years ago did we end our every year in the playoff run.
Right.
Right.
And like the Wings to me in this town is like the Wings feel as 90s as Crystal Pepsi to me.
Yeah.
So whenever I go to the Wings, I just kind of like get giddy because I'm just like, I wonder if Cicerelli's here. And are the Vipers still in town? Like it just feels so nostalgic. I don't know. We went to a Carolina Hurricanes game and it just didn't have the same history.
Right.
It felt like we were watching a hockey game in a hotel or something. It was just odd being in North Carolina watching. It just felt odd. They had like wood chips in their parking lot. And I'm like, your parking lot can't have wood chips at a hockey game. It just felt odd. It was warm.
That's not right.
Yes.
wood chips are strictly for playgrounds, nowhere else.
Thank you, dude.
What are
We're
you doing?
not at a pumpkin patch. We're
Exactly.
at an NHL hockey
But
game.
this is the point of the show where we tell all of our listeners that Roach Coach is now Coach Couch, where we talk sports.
Right. Yeah.
Ah,
Why are we talking
you know
Wings?
what? I mean, and you know me, no bigger sports fan than me.
I'm looking at
Big time.
everyone as I'm wearing a literal fucking
And
Lions.
I'm wearing my Lydia Tarr Innocent shirt, so you know I'm deep in this stuff.
I will say I can loop this back to rock real quick with
Oh,
hockey.
yes.
You know what is such a rock song that's like in my head synonymous with hockey? You gotta keep them separated. That song would play on like every Vipers commercial, like "Come on down to the Vipers," and it'd do "You gotta keep them," and it's still like people just roughing it up, and then Gordie Howe skating around like an old man.
Song 2 is also like instantly.
Sing it. I don't. Hold on. Oh yeah. Yes, that's a good one.
Mhm.
There's some good hockey songs.
Some good hockey songs.
We are avoiding talking about the album of the week.
Yeah, listen.
this
I don't know why we're avoiding about it because I've been looking forward to talking about this album all week.
Hell yeah.
It is the second album by Adema. It is called Unstable. We have been pushed to talk about this band again for years and years, and we haven't. We've been putting it off. Garrett, you chose this record, and you were early on in the comments like, you guys were too hard on the first Adema record. You guys were wrong about the first Adema record. Let's dive into album 2. Let's see if the boys can do it again. Because we were like, this is okay, but it wasn't what we, it's like, Jonathan Davis's half brother is the singer. You know what I mean? Like these, it's like not quite there. So we had been putting this one off, and we're diving into it now. And I can tell you that this album contains surprises. It contains things you did not expect. And it also contains a hot doc.
Ooh.
Nice little saucy doc sent
Seven
late in the week.
7-minute doc.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The best kind of doc.
Yeah, one of those docs that whoever made that doc didn't really know how to make a doc, so they just dumped all the stuff in there, and it's
He was
good.
He was like, all right, I got people puking, and I got some stuff on stage.
Yeah. He got to film them for a couple days. Like, I'm not editing a thing here.
It all goes in, baby.
Yo,
Out of all of that, he only got 11 minutes with
No, I'm sorry,
exactly
7 minutes.
I feel I followed Adema for a full week.
and I was too nervous to hit record, but for 11 minutes, I got good
But I'm
stuff.
super excited to see. Yeah, I got 11 minutes. Then I trimmed to 7. Why not give me the whole thing?
Right. It's good though.
All right, so this we'll just dive into the record then, guys. This album, Unstable by Adema, was released on August 19th, 2003.
So that is a come down record. The thick of it has happened.
Mhm.
We are 2 years post a very traumatic event for the country, and here we are.
I was
like,
not going to bring up 9/11, but Matt, since you
I
did,
forget that that's the marker for
you
that.
forgot about 9/11?
Oh no! I
Never
was supposed to
forget.
never swear I never would.
Never forget.
Uh,
So Garrett forgot, but that's okay.
Yep.
So this album is 20 years old. as we record this.
Wow.
And it's that fateful 2003. You've got Limp Bizkit, Results May Vary. You've got Deftones, self-titled. You've got Korn, Take a Look in the Mirror. It's everybody just trying to figure it out. Can we still do this new metal thing? Can we still? Should we, as we famously remember, POD did their famed "We're Just Taking It Easy" record, which ultimately was a mistake, although they had some incredible barbecues making that record. So, I mean, the brisket was good. So with Adema, it was like, okay, what is Adema doing 2 years out? Are they going to try to mix things up? Are they going to be one of those bands that's like going to abandon the style? I don't know. Let's find out. In the band on this album, we have Mark Chavez on vocals, Tim Fluke on lead guitar, backing vocals, keyboards, and programming, Mike Ransom on rhythm guitar, Dave DeRue, bass, backing vocals, and Chris Coles on drums. This is the last album to feature the original lineup. Chavez would leave shortly after. He would come back, and then he'd leave again, and then he'd come back, and he's gone now. And Mike Ransom would also leave the band because apparently Ransom and Chavez did not get along.
Do you know which one Ransom is, if you could describe him by their look from the doc? Do you know which one he was?
I believe he is the guitarist that does not have dreads.
Okay.
Yes. And so basically, and then after that happens, they go through a series of other lead singers. They make a couple records with these other guys. And then Chavez would come back for like reunions and stuff, but then it wouldn't work out. I read stuff online that like Chavez wanted to bring his wife on tour, and they're like, no, you can't bring your wife. And Chavez is like, well, then I'm not going. And I was like, oh, Mark Chavez, wife guy. Okay, cool. Good.
Yeah.
And wife guy.
Yeah, wife guy. All right. And then I guess there was another time that they wanted to do something, and he was like, I'm out. And then I guess he said something effective like, good luck doing it without me.
Ooh.
And I was like, ooh, okay. Mark Chavez.
Gauntlet thrown.
All right. Currently, the lineup is Fluke, DeRue, and Coles. So your band. And then I think his name is Shuck, if I'm getting that right. From Adema. Ryan Shuck is the lead singer. And I watched a little bit of their set from Blue Ridge that they did. And they were out there doing the damn thing. And I was watching and I was like, I don't know. I mean, it's okay. It's the fest. And then someone panned the camera to the crowd and it went for miles.
Oh, wow.
Miles.
I thought you were going to say the opposite.
No, friends. Adema fandom there.
Yeah,
There.
I texted a buddy last night who was always into like this type of music and stuff. And I was like, remember a band named Adema back in the day? He was just like, yeah, of course. Like, big fan. So like, I don't know, they must still be going.
They're going. I went and looked up set lists. They do songs from this album in the set, not just the first album. They do stuff from this one. So this is still, there's songs from this that are still in the rotation.
I think they had like 300,000 monthly listeners on Spotify is what I thought I saw.
Let me check.
That was like a nice number. I was like, oh, all right.
Matt, can you get the numbers?
377,000 monthly listeners.
Okay.
I mean, I know like there's things about money or whatever like that. They don't get paid a lot on the streams, but like that's a lot of people though.
That's a lot of people. More people listen to this show.
A month?
Way more people than listen to this show.
Right
now.
Right now, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to do Adema numbers.
Let's do some Adema numbers. So this record, like we said, released in August 2003. It sold 400,000 copies worldwide.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great job.
Yep.
2004?
Yeah. 2000. Yeah. It debuted at 43 on the Billboard 200. The person who wrote this Wikipedia was not an Adema fan. When you say things like it debuted at number 43 on the Billboard 200 before quickly falling off the chart. Okay, quickly. How quickly are we talking? You gonna back those numbers up? There's no citation here. You see, there's no number.
Yeah, I don't
There's
see
a number.
anything.
Where's your citation? How quickly are we talking? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? What's quickly to you versus quickly to me?
I would say it's a week. To me, quickly would mean like it was there and then it was gone the next week.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't have it. We
Right.
just have quickly. We don't have it. Back it up. A rare L for Wikipedia. Come on, moderators.
That sucks.
Make this guy back up his Adema slander. So I have a physical copy here.
Of course you do.
And I want to make sure I get this right of where I picked it up from.
It did feel good to hold. I will say.
Listen, having the physical copy, it makes all the difference. I got this from the Book and Music Exchange in Louisville, Kentucky for a sweet $4.24.
I love that you keep track of that.
It's very tough sometimes. Like I'll like get home and I'll like put a stack down, and then I'll like 2 days later go, where did I fucking buy these?
I just love that you keep the price on it. That's just, I love that you know the price. It's funny.
Everyone's always wanted to know the
When the
price.
show
Yeah, it's
goes
cool.
to the Smithsonian.
Right.
That's right.
This is the stuff that shows provenance.
Yes.
They'll be able to show the current marketplace for CDs at that point
Exactly.
in
It's like-
2023.
When a young Lorin Kozlowski
So we've got some fun band hangout photos here.
Yep, that's definitely cool.
That I like here. I like this back photo a lot because it really has that I don't know what to do with my hands thing.
Hell yeah.
With Mark Chavez.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
like, I guess I'm gonna palm my chest.
Yeah, he's like,
cut my boots a little bit.
It's like he got the wind knocked out of him, and he's like, I gotta take a couple deep breaths here before I take the picture. You know what this band has too? Like we're in the come down of this, but we were definitely in the thick of like boot cut jeans with chunky Doc Marten shoes. Because these boys be loving them boot cuts.
Oh, they love the boot cuts, yeah.
So,
and I mean, they're still dedicated to the Nu-Metal Life. I mean, we got a bald guy with a crazy goatee. We got a dude with dreads.
Yes.
You know? We got eyebrow piercings. We've got all that going on. They're still like committed to the look and the life.
When we talk about the doc, this one guitar player is only shown drunk as shit in the doc.
I'm pretty sure.
Nothing else shows his personality except he's drunk barfing.
I think he comes out of the bus at one point and he's just like, I don't feel good.
Give a fuck what happened.
Oh, no. And then
that's 3 minutes of the
Well,
doc.
there's one part where he goes, fucking amp went out and my job's play the fucking guitar, not make sure it works. I'm like, I don't know if that's true.
I love that. He's just like, I'm going to call out my guitar tech right now. I'm going to put him on blast.
I loved that guy.
Oh, man. And you just know that guy's just like, gets home. His wife's like, did you watch the new doc on the new Adema CD?
He's like, yeah, I did. It's hard to make your fucking gear work when it's covered in beer.
Anyway, what's for dinner?
But yeah, so they have funny clothes.
I
want that said.
Huge takeaway.
Yeah.
Huge, very big.
I know it was 2003, but those clothes were funny back then too. You didn't wear all the rock stuff, but they do.
It's
Oh
true.
yeah, I'm just waiting for them to put on some porn star and fucked.
I would bet you any money one of the members in the group has a tattoo of the famous Stars and Straps logo that Travis Barker used to have. Bet you any money one of them's got it on his skin somewhere.
Probably somewhere. Send us your body pics.
I mean, I saw the red stars.
Stars were in there.
yeah.
If you have stars, you probably have that famous Stars. And I knew a couple guys with that tattoo.
Our front cover here, we've got what I would call a traumatized hottie. She's, I guess, supposed to be unstable. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's sitting on a bed in a field of flowers next to what looks like a factory.
This isn't on Wikipedia, but this is actually Helena Bonham Carter's first modeling job.
Oh,
right
is it now?
here.
Okay. Oh,
that broke her into the.
That's, you know what?
Yeah.
Get her in Fight Club. Absolutely. Based off of this.
And then Tim Burton was like, I must have this Adema chick right here.
I mean, you know, once you see Helena Bonham Carter just like thrash around on screen, you're just like, how is she not married to everybody?
And the band was like, she is unstable.
Unstable. Put her on a bed with no sheet in the middle of a field.
That's such a good asylum bed, too. You know, you can tell it's like for crazy people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me? I'm a little unstable.
I'm getting married to no one. I'm crazy in a field.
Yeah, because she's wearing a wedding dress.
Yeah,
She's
she
wearing-
is.
She is, but there's no groom to be seen. And yeah, I just love it. The guy who probably has just a warehouse of these fucking asylum beds, and he's like waiting. He's just waiting for the call. He's like, listen, Adema's gonna need to make a record. I got this, $15 an hour. Listen, don't worry, it's already stained, so don't even worry about it.
Rent them a backup. They'll want the backup. I promise you.
Yeah, trust me. They're gonna want to do one where they stand on it. All right. Okay. All right. Listen,
asylum bed rental companies.
Listen, you know, some band, Gemini Syndrome,
Right.
Motionless in White. You know,
Right.
those guys, they're breaking their budget down and they're like, all right, pyro's gonna be 5,000.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
All right, okay, all right. Catering, that's gonna be like 3,000.
And we got to call Dave at Asylum Beds.
Oh shit, I forgot about asylum beds. Okay, catering 1,000. I need those beds. Listen, we can just Ritz crackers it. All right, you guys.
You talk to Dave, and Dave's like, which package do you want? Do you want just the bed to leave the facility, or do you want white tile room with bed in it?
Yeah. You want one rickety wheel on it? Do you want bloody sheets?
Yeah. Do you need broken gurney, or do you need?
Oh,
We have broken gurney.
Yeah.
Dilapidated wheelchair. Yeah.
The drowning pool guys were just like, let me tell you, you need to know about dilapidated gurney. We'll tell you everything you need to know. Let me tell you, one time we ordered a dilapidated gurney. They sent us one and all the wheels worked. We were like, what the fuck is this? I need that wheel fucking spinning.
Did you hear? Okay, cut to a couple years later. Guys, did you hear Dave? Dave retired after the first Saw movie.
Dave was like, they paid me all I needed.
Yeah.
Cashed out.
Between that and Hostel, you got all the money.
He
Right.
got out of there, baby.
Now the internet's changed the Asylum rental bed
It's
company.
changed it all. Well, the kids don't even know about asylums anymore. They were
Exactly.
watching Joker, and he's like, "Where is he at? What's he at? Is he at the hospital? An asylum?"
You know what? Nobody listened to his feelings.
No one did. No one did. Yeah, honestly, Joker probably brought it back.
Super toxic.
Yeah.
You know what? Have we talked about how problematic the Joker is? Have we talked about that?
Another.
He doesn't get along with
He
others.
kills people
Yeah.
he doesn't like,
Mhm.
but he
Toxic.
jokes about it.
Mhm.
Toxic.
Somebody should do something about that.
And him and his girlfriend, they have like a weird aggressive relationship. I don't like it.
I like it whenever somebody points out that the relationship between Joker and Harley Quinn is not healthy. I'm like, yeah,
You
yeah,
think?
you think you fucking idiot.
You think?
I'm glad you just stumbled upon that is an unhealthy relationship.
It's like anytime anybody points out that Jack Nicholson might not be a great husband in The Shining. I'm like, okay, all right. I mean, did you have a closed-head injury recently? Like, what are we doing here? Anyway, Adema, they have a woman on a bed looking upset on the front cover of their album. Very new metal. Great cover, to be honest.
I like it.
I like it. It's very good. He gets it across. And we should mention this picture in the back. They opted to instead stand in a bunch of rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, classic rock
So
pile.
I look at this as somebody right off the manager being like, if you twist an ankle, you blow the tour. Walk fucking slow.
Fuck yeah.
This is honestly insurance company looking at this just like fuck.
Lauren, do a double check on that guy's jersey and tell me if that ain't a FUBU jersey. Is it or not? I don't. It probably isn't, but it looks like a FUBU baseball jersey. But his arms are crossed over it.
I don't think it's
Okay.
FUBU.
It's of the time. I gotta make sure.
I
You
don't think
want to
FUBU.
point out a FUBU jersey if it's there.
Let me see.
There
All
is a
right, Matt.
full sleeve arm tat of that drummer.
Yeah. Now, Matt, you're looking because you obviously owned a lot of FUBU at the time, so you're
Right,
seeing if
tons.
it's one from your collection.
Oh, he can go by the material of it.
Yeah,
he doesn't
Matt-
even need to see a logo.
Matt can just touch it. Yeah, he can just go. Oh yeah, that's the.
He's not FUBU.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, he knew.
He knew. He
It's
knew.
academics or
That's right.
shady wear.
That's right.
I'm heading more. It's not tribal. For a second, I thought it was tribal, but I am heading more towards academics.
It could be Sean John. Who knows?
It's not Sean John.
No,
It's not
yeah,
Sean
no.
John.
It's not nice enough to be
No,
yeah,
no,
that
no.
was fancy stuff.
Yeah. So this album was produced by our old friend Howard Benson.
Howie B in the place to be.
Howie B in the place.
We're
to-
seeing a lot of Howie B lately.
We are. Well, that's because when you are, listen, when you are coming off a hit and you need to go back in the lab, you need a knowing hand, a smart ear. And that's Howard Benson. But you also need somebody who's willing to say, you want to do that? The check clears, baby. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. Because Howard Benson, I've heard produce some records where I'm like, this man fucking ushered in a masterpiece. And I've heard Howard Benson produce records where I was like, this man took the check and made sure everyone was happy. And sometimes that's what it takes, you know? I mean, clearly, he produced that POD album. The same thing. That's the thing. He did this record and that POD album same year. So he's there having the barbecue, watching these boys be like, we should be recording, but we're going to go get some tacos in Mexico. And he's like, okay, all right, guys.
I'm glad you know about that because I kind of was going to say, I felt like the record could have used a punching up of sorts.
Interesting.
Like each song was there at like a 7.5, but it seems like Howard, his job's supposed to make it the 8.5, 9 you want. And I felt like some of the lyrics, I'm like, you couldn't have combed back through these and I don't know.
Oh, well, we're going to talk about these
Okay,
lyrics.
all
Do,
right.
do not worry.
Maybe we should
Do-
hop in.
Okay, genre tags real quick so everybody knows what we're dealing with. New metal, post-grunge.
There it is.
Straight ahead, baby.
Straight ahead, baby. All right. We're going to dive in. The first song on Unstable is codependent.
All right, let me get on the phone real quick,
Oh,
Lorin.
yeah.
I'm going to call up Wes Craven,
Okay.
and I'm going to say, Wes, I know that you've been looking for a song for the new Nightmare on Elm Street when the kids are cleaning up the orphanage and getting ready to bring Freddy into the real world.
Uh-huh.
Well, listen to this.
Shout out Dream Warriors, baby.
There you go. What I liked about this is that on the first Adema record, the whole thing was like, these guys have a lead singer. He's the half brother, Jonathan Davis from Korn. They're going to sound a little bit like Korn. They're going to be carrying this Korn comparison with them. And with this record, they were like, we're getting that Korn comparison out of here because Linkin Park sold 10 million records. Linkin Park, baby, that's who we're going to try to sound like. That chorus, money in the bank. They get to it so quickly, and it is just smooth. It's like right there. And I know what you're saying, because you were saying like you felt like it needed to be punched up a little bit more. I hate to break it to you, Garrett. That's 2001 thoughts. That's 2000 thoughts. 2003, Nu-Metal with a come down. You gotta smooth that shit out.
You're absolutely right. Now that you say it, and you said it right there, I think the key is you said they got right to the chorus, baby, which is them kind of being like, fuck all these lyrics, baby. If you got something, hit me with it. Don't wait a minute. Wait 15 seconds.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah.
Don't bore us.
Right?
Get
Don't.
to the chorus.
So you're probably right about that.
Yeah. The lyrics on this album, and we're gonna talk about all of them, but I just want to let everybody know that if you're a big fan of subtext, turn the episode off.
It
Okay?
ain't here.
We ain't here for subtext. It's all text, baby.
Right.
So I looked at this album cover and I was like, let's get to the album. And then it just was like, oh, by the way, if you don't think this is about bad relationships from this cover, I don't know what to tell you.
Absolutely. And I think that's where I wanted the punch up to come with. There needed to be more nuance, is what I meant. It's just like he's like, you don't have to be so over the head with the message.
He doesn't want there to be any lack of clarity. He wants you to know, like, we're talking about codependency, literally.
Right.
Okay, if you're scrolling through the song titles right now, and you're
like how Freddy Krueger is codependent on children sleeping.
Right.
I guess that's one way to look at it. He's codependent.
There's a thing though. Can I talk about something?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. So you can tell that this is about a relationship, and maybe a person that he's in a relationship feels unstable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's like a thing of like, do you mean mentally unstable? Because from this song, you could actually say that they're physically unstable. It's just like, you hurt yourself and blame me when you fall. You're like not stable when you walk.
Mm-hmm.
You lost control. You're not stable again.
Yep.
And you crashed into a wall. Unstable. I mean, are we talking mental? Or are we talking about a person who just can't walk good?
Wait, are you talking about as if this song is like about like
they're dependent on him to help them walk, maybe.
Wait, are you talking about that this song is like basically yelling at like a small child?
It could, I wrote that. It's about a relationship, maybe, or it could be about a toddler who is following around and being like, oh, you blame me for falling? I'm trying to help you. You want to walk on your own. It's like a terrible two.
Oh, look at that. Caleb bumped his head again. Codependent on me, your father.
We don't know if Chavez wrote this. And is that his name?
Mark Chavez.
Yeah, Mark Chavez was just like,
Hold on. Going to the thank yous.
Okay.
Hold on.
Here we go. There's got to be a kid's name in there.
Thanks to baby Mark the Third.
Yeah. See? And he named it a third. So he's so proud of his boy.
But he's a little codependent because he can't stand up.
And he's frustrated, Lorin.
And
the kid's walking late. He's at 18 months, still can't. Come on. Some are just behind.
You know what? No, hey, listen. Ronan didn't want to walk.
Yeah.
Took him to the doctor. We're panicked. Why won't this kid walk?
Sure.
Doctor said, and he's like sitting there like playing with the toy. Doctor's like, let me see something. She's like, can you stand up for me? He just stood him up and he just stood there. And then she let him on and he sat back down. And she turns and she goes, oh, he's just lazy. And we're like, oh. And then literally 2 days later, motherfucker's walking around. And then our life is like done. Like we had to redo our whole house. I was like, oh, it was better when he couldn't fucking walk. Now look what we willed on ourselves.
Now go up to Ronan and go, codependent.
Yep.
He was just codependent on you helping him walk.
He was. And I was like, why aren't you just figuring this stuff out for yourself?
Right.
So this is last week, or the last album that we did. The band had a tendency to put long words in their choruses, but they would either put them in the middle or at the top,
They wouldn't rhyme the big word with another
What would
big
it
word.
just be like? You are codependent, and like, and this is what I was trying to refer to. Like, codependent isn't really a big rhyming word.
Sure.
So they put it at the end for punctuation.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like they are doing that right.
Sure.
Because it should be, yeah, codependent.
I thought this. I wrote in my notes. This chorus is money in the bank.
Money in the bank.
And I wrote too many codependents, which means to me, again, going back to yours, they were like, we don't need any more fucking verses. We'll just say codependent, for like a, and then we'll just do the chorus one more time, and then we're fucking out of here, baby boy. First track done.
Listen, we want to get home by. We want to leave by 5.
No shit.
All right, and with codependent, I bet you they were out by 4:15.
Well,
Easy.
dude, Eric the third is at home wobbly weefling.
You're right.
I got to get home and put up a gate.
You got to put that helmet on that kid.
This kid's noggin's bumping it. He's codependent.
If I don't get him back in that Graco stroller, nobody.
Oh, someone knows about them Gracos, baby.
We all live that Graco
awesome.
life,
Oh,
baby.
you know it.
So I had to go to the world's greatest website, Songmeanings.com.
Ooh, baby.
And I want everybody at home to know that there's a comment on every single song, and they're all crazy. So the first one, actually, this first one's pretty normal. It's from Ariane, who said, pretty cool song. Adema definitely improved on this album. So I go, okay, all right, song, all right. Then commenter, what's the point of life? Said, from the way it seems about someone telling someone that they need to fend for themselves. And I was like, okay, that works. Devil's little sister said, it's about someone else depending on him for everything. They can't face reality on their own and are afraid of him leaving them because then they will have nothing. But they are abusive in some way and really aren't someone he wants to be around. So he's basically telling them to screw off and let go. Get their own life and stop expecting him to take care of everything. Sounds like my mom.
Hey, if you thought the devil was bad, wait till you meet his little sister.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, girl.
Man, I just read these and I'm just like, how do these always have the twist ending? How do they have it? They'll be in there and they'll be like, this is a really great song about, the People's Republic of China and everything that they went through. And, what has, communism done to this world? Reminds me of my ex, Steven Burn in Hell, you fuck. Like, wow. Oh,
he was like China.
He was like China.
Shutting me down and trying me to join the commune.
Fuck
That's
you,
right.
Steven. You're codependent.
And
I wish you could spell that on there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ranking that goes on in a lot of these comments throughout the album. So this is one of the first one. This is from Darth Adema.
Oh, perfect.
Who said, this is probably my favorite song off the Unstable CD and one of my top 5 favorites. The song is about wanting to not only rely on others and wanting to make changes by yourself. Okay. Probably their favorite off Unstable. Fair. I'll take it. One of my top 5 favorites of all time, of Adema songs, of Nu-Metal songs, or literally of every song ever made. This is top 5.
You tell me.
Is he going to go with every song ever heard?
That's top 5 favorites.
Wow.
For me, top 5 all time.
All time. Okay.
Right,
So number 1.
Number 1, codependent.
Okay, got that out of the way. Number 2, Smells Like Teen Spirit. But it's like lower. Okay, it's like 1,
So
and then
much
big space, and then
lower.
2, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah. Billie Jean's 4 for me. Adema's.
Well, yeah. It's no codependent.
No, nothing's hit like that.
And then Eleanor Rigby.
There you go.
Both kind of the same.
Yeah.
Same.
And then this is a back and forth. These are both from 2011. First one's from January 1st, 2011. That's
Wow.
right. New Year's Day, baby.
That's
New year, new me.
hilarious.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
new me.
Let's see the old resolution. Number 1, post on song meetings more. Well, better get to it.
Yeah. So this commenter's name is Society Sucks, and So Do You.
Ooh, thank you.
I think it's about a bad habit or addiction that someone developed out of a need for self-medication. They blame the drugs or whatever for when they fall, and they expect it to make everything better when in reality it does more harm than good. I'm pretty sure your mom or other people don't exactly make you feel manic. So that's why I think it's about any form of self-destructive attempt at self-medication rather than a controlling person. But then that's just my opinion. Thanks for hearing me out, smiley emoji. January 1st. November 11th, 2011. Whole fucking year. Perhaps, but I hear a song about blame. Rather, deflection. As someone who likes to be alone, semicolon, doesn't need to have sex to feel good about myself, semicolon, and who has a happy family life, I can still relate. I've known people who are codependent. My best friend had to cut most ties with her mother due to the pain her mother was bringing to her life. Interesting song. Comments from Harry Palm Joe.
Wow.
Why is there always a twist?
Wow.
There's always a twist. I was just like reading, it's like, wow, these semicolons, these ellipses, the way that he says rather, deflection. I'm like, oh, we're getting pretty hairy. Really heavy Harry Palms here. Harry Palm Joe here. Really laying it out.
Also, I thought this was called Songmeanings.com.
Yes. Well, you know what? Let's keep going, guys. Next up, it's Rip the Heart Out of Me. Listen, okay? Sometimes you just fucking nail it. You nail it. And also, this song, get out of the way. We got to get to this chorus so fast.
So fast.
So fast. There is no time to waste.
They had to get to this chorus so fast that they played the chorus 4 times in a row.
Yes, they did.
They did. They were just, we need to get to there, and then we need to stay there.
I literally wrote minute 04 funny bitch line.
Yes.
That was great.
Incredible. What makes me break down like a bitch? It's so hard to crawl out of this ditch.
So at one point you're saying you ripped the heart out of me, but when I'm emotional, I'm a total bitch about it. Like, bud, listen to yourself.
What are you doing?
I love it. That's what'd you have?
I just had these guys are hitting all the buttons.
Yep.
I'm loving the energy. The riffs are tasty.
Yeah.
The riffs are tasty. I was not expecting such tasty riffs, especially in that chorus. He's like when they did, you make it look easy, and then he's like grinds into it. I was like, this is what I want. This is that new metal I want. Here in 2003, apparently that's the thing. I was like, these guys were like, we're gonna smooth out. We're gonna be Linkin Park choruses, but we're still gonna have that new metal grind. Don't worry about that. And I didn't know Adema had the goods like this. On my first listen, I did 3 listens. Christ Got Challenge. I did a dinner listen, and I did a do chores listen, and then a notes listen. And with the dinner listen, Ronan took like a comic book into the bathroom, and I was like, cool, I'll knock this out because that kid will just sit in the toilet for like 45 fucking minutes.
Right on.
And he came out with like 1 song left, which was the last song, which we'll get there. So he missed it, but he had to sit through the last song. And I remember he was like, can I watch something? And I'm like, let me finish listening to this album for the podcast. And he sat there and just stared at me while this song played, just staring at me. So when we get to that song, just imagine an 8-year-old boy just like staring at me, being like,
it was the last song?
The last song.
I remember
you
that.
know the song.
The worst
yeah.
one to be staring at.
Yeah. But I mean, this was one where like I was making dinner, eating dinner. I was like bopping around. I was just feeling good, even though everything's unstable and the hearts are getting ripped out. You're in a ditch because you're a bitch. I mean, I can't argue with that rhyme scheme. I can't.
Never.
I can't. Yeah. Matt, how are you feeling about this?
I'm pretty good, actually. The Don't Bore Us, Get Us to the chorus is in full effect. They are the lyrics in these verses is a little first draft is fine.
Mm-hmm.
We really honed in on these choruses, so we don't have to be, come on, bitch, ditch.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm like, and next we have Fox and Box, and then we're gonna have, it's just like, all right, but you know what? They make up for it in those choruses. I'm in.
Listen, yeah, it gets the job done. And sometimes when I'm dealing with Adema, I don't need, a lot of words. Give me, now that they listen, they primed the pump with that first song. I'm like, okay, no subtext. It's all text, right into it. I'm a follow. I mean,
you know what? I think my child will eventually say to me, vibes, Dad. Vibes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I will say, I guess the one subtext is that I don't think anyone had their literal heart ripped out.
Right.
Although I was going to call Steven Spielberg and be like, I need you to cut this back into Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Listen, when people talk about how they're like, oh, Temple of Doom, I don't like it. I don't, whatever. It's because you saw it when you were a little kid and you saw that heart get ripped out and it was upsetting. But now it's fine. Okay. And just leave it alone. It's a fine film. I don't know. People are too hard in that movie, I think. Anyway, Didn't expect that. I don't know where that came from.
It's because Raiders is too good.
Raiders is too good. Raiders is too good. Songmeanings.com. Arian said, trying so hard to make someone happy and just getting pain in return. Very true.
Okay.
That works. Nicole, all caps. Nicole's name is all caps. Said, expecting more, getting less.
Whoa.
Okay, Nicole. Wonder if we're going to see her later.
Hmm.
I think we might. Disgorge said, 2 words. Raw emotion.
Oh, God.
I
yeah.
love it.
That's good.
Describes my current relationship perfectly.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Steve.
Why are you in that relationship?
Right.
Listen, you leave me in a ditch because I'm a bitch, but I got to crawl back out
To have a sandwich.
To have a sandwich. Exactly, man. Yes. Yeah, you got to, I mean, this is the thing though. People, listen, have you ever seen a post on Facebook where somebody's like, it's been an incredible 15 years with you. We've had some highs, we've had some lows, we've been through it, but we're still here. And I'm just like, this couple has broken so many glasses over each other's heads. They have thrown things. This couple is in it, Because I see other people and they're just like, this is the woman I love and I can't, I'll just use an example. When you do tributes to your wife, Garrett, I'm just like, that is clearly like a very healthy relationship.
Oh,
I mean, I'm
that's
sure you
nice.
guys have like disagreements, whatever,
Of
but
course.
like it seems like it's pretty stable. But I see some of these other ones and I'm just like, I'm reading between the lines and it's like you guys got like fucking bow sticks out and like
Yeah, we always say like longer the post, the more they hate each other.
Yes,
Where it's like through thick and thin, you and I have been together, and I'm like, libbly,
oh no,
libbly.
oh no.
We
I
love
remember many nights
Oh, yeah.
where, the only thing that we were holding on to each other for was a better grip.
I always like it when I see it's like an anniversary post and it's like expand more. I'm like, wait, hold on. They said more. And you hit the bot and this.
When we
block
look at the
text.
time
Yeah.
we've spent together, I think of a lot of words: pain, suffering, but mostly love.
We also hate, me and my wife always talk about like when a dude will wish their wife or girlfriend happy birthday, but it's the birthday wish is all about how they like, thanks for putting up with all the crazy things I do. And I'm like, you're talking about yourself, dick, not her. How can that be a good quality about her that she puts up with you?
Happy
That's not
birthday
good.
to the lady that looks at me and goes, I'll take him.
I'll deal with you. They always think that's part of the birthday, like, gaggle of compliments. I'm
You know
like,
what?
No
Happy
one cares
bir-
about you.
Happy birthday, Jane. Thanks for settling for me.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me buy all those things and do whatever I want. I'm like, how is that a quality?
I'm so glad that we are both codependent.
Yeah.
And
Codependent.
All right. Well, you know what? Perfect timing. We're talking about relationships.
Oh,
This
yeah.
next song.
Oh, no.
This next song, let me tell you, this was one of the ones I was eating dinner and I was like chewing and I went, wait a minute. What did he fucking say?
Yo.
Yep. It's called Stand Up and it ain't about Dane Cook. So this is one of the wildest anti-abuse songs I have ever heard. I have heard songs before, but there is, once again, some subtext. Perhaps it's presented in a way where I'm like, oh, I mean, even like, the Korn have a lot of these,
Yeah.
and you sort of like, oh yeah, I see what's going on here, but there's something when someone decides like, I need to write about an abusive relationship and I'm going to talk about it incredibly bluntly. And the first word, like I said, I am making dinner, and then I just hear this riff start, and then him just going abusive, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, fair enough. So, and at the end of the song, he yells like when he's doing the stand up, I won't let him get near you. He says, one day he'll kill you, and I was like, man, track 3. This guy, this was like he made this one, and then he was probably like, all right, can you give me a promo copy? I got to send this to somebody. They need to check this out. And I wrote my notes as a good example of a message song, heart in the right place, devoid of any subsex, crazy literal, honestly incredible. By my third listen, I was like, this motherfucker did it. Somebody probably, maybe even Howie B was like, do you want to be so direct? And he was like, it's the only way I know. It's the only way I'm going to get through. And I wrote that this is the NE plus ultra of bad relationship songs. like we're never gonna hear a more insane, direct, oh my god, relationship song on the show.
Right.
I challenge anybody. I
A
don't think it's-
relationship that is past its breaking point.
Yeah.
This bad.
This is as bad. Yeah, this is so bad.
This ain't even codependent.
No, we're not
anymore.
codependent anymore.
This
no.
is nuts.
Off
No,
it.
this is get the fuck out of there.
I mean, with
Yeah.
one word, this is abusive.
It's abusive. But the funny thing is that, and I wrote this in my notes, I said, I could see somebody being like, Lorin, what about Daddy? What about Daddy? That's one of the all times. And I said,
Right.
you know what, though? There's one thing that this song has over Daddy. This song is fun. This song is a bop that also happens. Like, I'm listening to this chorus and I'm like, imagining being in a concert, being like, stand up.
Yeah, this is kind of an
One day
anthem.
he's gonna kill you. What am I singing along to? But they made it. It's the pop music trick. You know?
Yeah.
We're gonna put it in this way. And you're gonna be like, what am I singing? What you know? It's that and really go back to something like, you know, Third Eye Blind, Semi-Charmed Life. It's like, you know, it's really about meth, you know, whatever. And it's like I could see somebody being
They
like,
wrote a suicide song that was a bop too, right? Fall? Was it Fall?
no, Jumper.
Jumper. That's
Jumper.
what it was.
Exactly.
Good tune.
Good fucking tune. And yeah, but it's one of those things. And once again with this one, yeah, by my third listen, I was like, Adema fucking did it with this track.
Sure.
Man. They fucking did it. And the thing is that also they threaded the needle because, like I said, I bring up Daddy. Okay. Daddy's like a fucking insane song. They never perform it live. It's the last song in the first Korn album. I can see somebody just being like, pop out. I got to get out of here. But this one, like I said, when this one came up, I'm like, oh, it's that abusive song. Yeah, all right, turn this one up, you know?
Right.
And the thing is, it's very tough because there's a Not a Surf song on, I think, their second record, and it's an anti-date rape song. It don't work. It don't work. The message, strong. Agree with it.
Right.
But like, it's like literally, it's like the chorus isn't, the chorus is literally like, would you look at your mother? Do you know, would you want? And you're just like, it just doesn't play.
It ain't got no bop.
It's just not the bop. It's a bummer, you know? And you're like, yeah, I agree with the message, but I don't want to hear this again. I'll listen to stand up any day of the week.
That's weird that you say, because I wrote in these notes for some other song of like, I wrote like, don't give a fuck what the message is. The melody's hot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what you're talking
Yeah.
about if it's a hot melody and
the
it
beat's
sounds
all right. We'll
that
dance all
beat's
night.
good, baby.
Yeah. I put this on a Nu-Metal mix. Easy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would.
It is very Nu-Metal.
Yeah.
But also, the subject matter is very like, hey, if you need help, get help.
Absolutely, yeah.
Immediately.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I was like, okay, he's like, I'm gonna make a bop, but I'm also going to have like the heaviest message possible. I mean, here's the thing. Like, this is like a loud and clear. You know, like we got it.
What I love is that he's like, we got it. I'm going straight ahead. And then there's just one lyric of like, this relationship is whack. He
Mhm.
just says, I love that he just sums up like, look here, this is abuse and this shit's
It's whack.
I love that he uses the word
It's
whack.
whack. He was sitting there with
It's
it.
whack.
How else can I describe this awful relationship? And somebody's like, it seems pretty whack to me. And he was like,
Some
it is.
people, it
Mhm.
takes one word to click. Abuse won't work or something. Then they just go, you know what? That's whack. And they're like, I don't want to be
I
whack.
don't want to whack.
I don't want to be that.
I don't want to be that.
It
Mm-mm.
helps.
No.
It's like that he wrote that.
Yep.
It's a
Songmeanings.com. Arian back again. So the meaning of the song is pretty obvious. Yes, it is.
yeah.
He knows a girl who's abused by her boyfriend. He's telling her to stick up for herself and leave him before it gets worse. Makes sense to me. According to Park E. Saul, he said that this song is about his dad abusing his brother and beating his mom. And that, quote, it's not that. And then basically in songmeanings.com, there was the lyric was in there wrong. And basically it said, it's your fault when they hurt you in the lyrics. But when you go through the actual lyrics, it says it's not your fault.
Right.
And so that leads to multiple comments of people being like, the lyrics are wrong. What can we do? And then everyone's like trying to figure out how can we fix these lyrics on songmeanings.com. I can tell you they never got them fixed. Okay. It's 2023. They're still wrong. And Park E. Saul said, I have the CD, damn it. It's in the booklet. Like he just feels like, can we fix these lyrics? Can anything be done? And then Dragon Master 92 in 2009, 5 years later says, how do we get these lyrics changed? Because yes, it should be. It's not your fault when he hurts you. Who said this? Also, this song reminds me of my mom and her boyfriend. He a drunk, angry person who I think should die.
Oh.
So we're getting two things done here. First, how do we change these lyrics?
Right.
Also, my mom's boyfriend, he should be dead.
Steve.
We need to fix these lyrics. And also, is there any ride or dies on here that
Right.
can help me off this dude?
Do we have any part-time hitmen who can meet me at the 7th?
Does anybody want a Goodbye Earl, my dad?
Yeah, could we help me? But also, who can fix these lyrics? Yep. So we've got what do we call this? An abuse bop? I don't even know.
Could be.
Yeah,
Abuse
it's-
anthem.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. Like, if someone connected with this song and it helped them get out of something,
Mhm.
I'm here for it.
Right
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
It did click with somebody. You
It
know
had to
did.
have been.
Because it's got that pop thing that makes it, you hear it different. And then
Right.
it's like, oh,
Well, we want more nuance, and a lot of people don't. They
Yeah.
are not thinking about it, so they hear that song, they're like, "Shit,
Sure.
I was in a, like I don't
Yeah,
know,
I don't-
probably
yeah.
hit for somebody."
exactly. It's
Mhm.
just like, if your antenna was up and this got on your antenna and it got in you and you got out of the situation, fuck yeah, Adema, you did it, boy.
You did it. You did it, boys. All right. Up next, it's the title track, "Unstable." Listen, nothing a lady loves more than meeting the guy, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
I'd really like to learn more about the dark side of you."
Wow.
Yeah.
No one's ever said that.
No one's
to
ever said that
me.
before. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I need to know. I need to know about the dark. I've seen
Can
your
you
light
help me
side.
hold me up because I can't walk.
Wait, I'm not looking to get codependent. I just want to know your dark side, but like
You've ripped off out of me.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I loved this.
Yeah.
I loved this. The riff is tasty. Video game boops and beeps and those little like Atari explosions up
I was
top.
gonna ask what you would call them. That was perfect.
I love those. And I wrote my notes. Where are you getting these, Adema? Where are you getting these? Because I don't see anything really about samplers and anything. And when I watched the live performance, I didn't see anybody. So I don't know. I just love it. I love it. It's great.
That's
Hey,
them
when I
2003 beeps, baby. They don't make them.
my guitar on it.
Listen, I would get some really cool beeps and boops if someone could fix my fucking amp. It's not my job. My job is to rock and boop
Barf.
and barf.
Barf, beeps, and boop.
Barf, beeps, and boops. Meanwhile, the drummer who never wears a shirt is
Never.
like, I'm going to beat the shit out of every single person I meet.
Yeah, he mentions in the seconds that he's in this doc, all he mentions is I do jiu-jitsu, and they're all pissed that I could beat their asses. That's all it's I'm like, whoa, you wanted that in there, didn't you? Like,
It comes up in every band meeting.
It's
oh
me.
yes.
Voice Gracie.
Right.
Guys, listen, when's our next gig? Because I got an MMA thing coming up.
I can't
MMA?
drum tonight.
MMA.
I've torn my shoulder.
I can't-
My rotator cuff. I had to tap last night.
Listen, I
Think I
had a
want
bad
to?
grapple last night. All
I
right.
do
A
multiple
bad
mixed
grapple.
martial arts.
I had a bad illegal grapple put on me last night.
All right. These guys, they were behind a Taco Bell. I thought I could take them. That fucked me up.
That's all I can say about the fight club I'm in. All
All
right.
right. I've said too much to you guys already. All right. Listen, I'm not trying to be codependent, but I need you guys to reschedule this gig. Yeah, I want it back to that. I want to learn about the dark side of you. You bring me down like a bottle of pills. I hate the way that you're making me feel. I keep coming back. I never get killed. Razor's Edge, man.
Hell yeah.
Razor's
yeah.
fucking
Hell yeah.
Edge.
This one felt fully fledged.
Oh yeah, this one
Punched up and good.
I totally understand why this is the first single.
Yep.
Everyone's
it's in their top
there.
5 on Spotify. It feels fully.
Would you say this is like a top 5 Adema song or top 5 of songs you've ever heard?
Ever heard.
This is like this and then Stairway to Heaven.
Okay, all right, yeah.
And then like Radiohead's
Yeah.
Nude.
This is above Beethoven to me.
Yeah, it's the Fifth Symphony by Beethoven. That's 5.
Which Fifth Symphony kind of bites off of Unstable. If you think about it.
It's like, do I like Unstable by Adema or do I like James Brown's Papa's Got a Brand New Bag? I'm like, where do I rank these?
Which one's
two?
done more for a culture?
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, it's Adema then. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote in my notes, get those hands in the air for We Are So Unstable, yell it from the rooftops. I just love it. And they do still do the song live. It's basically a staple of the live show, and I can just see it. And yeah, if you were at Blue Ridge and you saw them when they were rocking a mile of people, like tell me how the feeling was. You know, what was the feeling? Because the feeling seemed to be like, Adema's here and I'm here for
Were
it.
the vibes immaculate?
What are the vibes?
This
What
would
are
be
the
a good one
vibes?
to play for a crowd too. It would be so sweet to be in a band where you just have a couple in your pocket where you're like, as soon as this shit goes, this playe's gonna go nuts.
But
That'd be
if-
so fun to have a song that
But
works
if
everywhere.
this
if-
song doesn't go,
Exactly.
we got to get the fuck
We gotta
outta here.
run.
All right, boys, remember, if this song doesn't hit, let's just fucking go. And if your amp doesn't fucking work, I don't want to hear about it because I will chop you in the neck.
Yeah.
So Songmeanings.com, Jason0001 said Adema is awesome. It sounds like another good Adema song. Lyrics are intense. Rock on, Jason. I like that sign off.
Yeah.
And Arian said a little heavier than the last album. Nice.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, things are normal in these comments. Then we got a comment from the music Nazi.
Oh no!
I have a few corrections to these lyrics.
Oh my God.
And then they go through and they correct so many. They're just like parentheses. This should actually be killed. This should be. So much. I was like, you are aptly named the music Nazi. This song is about being stuck in a bad relationship. You try to stay away because you know the relationship is unhealthy, but you keep coming back because the sex is so good. Okay, that sounds like
All
you,
right.
music Nazi. Okay. In bed, I'm strung out from the touch, but I won't give you up. The longer you stay in the relationship, the more you suffer. I hate the way that you make me feel. I keep coming back. I never get healed. Awesome song. I did like that, though. He's like, you keep coming back because that sex is just so good. I'm like, tell me more, music Nazi, about your relationship.
Your pussy
Yeah.
squish good.
I got nothing in that from that, but you did, Nazi.
Yep. And then Nero said, I think I heard this song on Madden 04 or 05 one. Anyway, it was an awesome song with a lasting impression on me.
I was gonna say this is a perfect video game song.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect menu scroll for a video game song right here. This one should play.
But this one also hit me as like, if we've been Linkin Park up until this point, this one is like, I'm still the chord lead singer's half brother.
I'm still, don't forget that. Don't forget that. And we have a comment from Killswitch916. This song is the fucking shit. Sounds like a damn relationship song.
See now.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
Killswitch916.
You
Hell
got
yeah.
it.
You know.
You know, there's a music video. The only music video for this album.
Oh.
Seems a shame.
I know. The band is performing on rocks in front of a barn. Once again, I'm thinking about ankles. I'm watching this.
The underwriters were going nuts.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
doing jumps, and I'm like, how? This had to have been that trick photography. They were jumping for an area where there were no rocks because it looked like they were jumping on rocks.
Oh, the insurance must have been a nightmare for the
Nightmare.
set.
I know. nightmare.
They're just putting these rocks, unless they're fake rocks. Maybe they had just a bunch of foam fake
That could
rocks.
be an OSHA call coming in. being
Yeah,
like,
maybe they put some real rocks down, and then somebody's like, I don't know about this. Can we get fake rocks?
call Asylum guy. He's got
Yeah.
fake rocks.
You know.
Call Asylum beds.
He's like, how many beds you need? Fake rocks? I mean, I can do that too.
Yeah.
I'll throw in a bed just in case.
For
You sure you don't want a? You sure don't want a white tile room?
Sure. I
You
had
sure?
the rocks to you, but
You sure?
you sure?
Hey, how about one of them IV stands? You want one of them? Yeah, I'll throw that in.
Old rickety IV stand. You want that?
You want
They're
that?
scary as hell.
Yeah. How about like a moldy window frame? I got a lot of stuff just laying around.
Look, you need a cement room with a drain plug in the middle.
Right.
I gotcha.
You know, when they said they were gonna remake Jacob's Ladder, that dude was just like staring at his phone, like ring.
I'm coming
ring,
out of retirement.
Ring. Yeah. Yeah. So they're performing on these rocks, intercut with the band, being blown around in what appears to be a tornado. They're being and then of course their dreads whipping, the chin beard going around expressively. And
Bootcut jeans whipping
yes,
in the air.
just Mark Chavez is doing this emphatic pointing at a non-existent audience that I
Yes.
love.
Hell yeah.
Infamed?
Emphatic.
Okay.
Emphatic. Just really just pointing. And I'm like, well, the only person you can be pointing at is like the crew, but I just loved it. I just loved that he was just like, this is what I do at the show. I'm bringing the show to the video. I want this video to capture who I am as a performer. And I did watch some of that live performance stuff. And I mean, That dude is a live wire. Okay, he's out there and he's doing the damn thing.
Kind of pissed I didn't watch him live. Yeah, if you said he's like good live performer.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you saw the like 15 seconds, in between like I know jujitsu and
Actually,
puking.
yeah, he was getting after it up there.
Yeah.
That's true. I did see
Like he's
that.
up there. He's like he's like running around.
That's
like he's
true.
an active guy. And at the end, he does a bunch of slow-mo jumping, dodging various pieces of debris.
Love that.
Some of that debris includes a car door and a tire. And he's doing like some like matrix dodging.
That's Nu-Metal.
But of course, there's also him and a Nu-Metal hottie who are holding each other for protection on top of this barn. You gotta have the Nu-Metal.
It's not the unstable girl.
I mean, it's not. No, it's not the same girl as the album cover.
Oh,
no.
okay.
It's different girl. And at the end, the tornado destroys the barn. Now, watching this, and then I actually went back because on the DVD that came with the CD, has all their old music videos too. And I was watching and I realized that when they have like their rock out moments, that Mark does this thing where he puts his arms up like this, almost like a T shape, and he does these punches. And the people that are making the music videos, I think, hate this pose because they're always trying to cut around it. But he does it so much you can't not see it, but it's never clearly shot.
It's a dance movie.
It's like it's like a rock out punch, and like they're always trying to cut around it because I think they don't like it.
Is it like one of those like they're punching and like skanking at the same time?
It might be a little bit of it. It might be, but the thing about it though is that he's always like the arm is up in this hard T in this punch, and so it looks a little awkward. But I can tell that it's his move. When you watch the live stuff, like obviously you can just see it unadulterated, but in the music videos he tries to do it, and they're always cutting around it. I went back and watched the Giving In video, and like they're like on the band, and I can see him like doing it, and the guy was like, "No, I'm not giving this the time."
Tries to put it in multiple things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't worry.
That's my move.
It's my move. This is what I do.
How come he keeps moving away when I see?
Bring the camera
Get
back.
this
Give the camera
in
back.
there.
Look at me. Crush it over here.
I am a pulverizer.
Yeah, and then he's doing the points. And the guy's like, I'll take the points. I like the points. And he's like, what about this? And the guy's like, no. Moving the camera. So yeah, I loved Unstable. I think it's great. Yeah, first single, absolutely. Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Money in the Bank. Any other thoughts on Unstable?
I liked it.
All right, cool. Matt, you're not getting codependent on me, are you?
Oh, I needed you. No, I was trying to think if he was trying to be like that. It's just too many layers to go through, but this was what my brain was going. He's doing this dance. I'm like, who did that? I'm like, that tape that came out of Soundwave's chest, but I can't remember the character's name. And then I was looking at, I'm like, who's this for, Matt? Who's this for?
Matt, are you like 8 pages deep on like the Transformers wiki? Are you like?
That's why when Matt is quiet for an extended period of time, just know he's thinking about Transformers.
Just he's in there. He's
in
like
his head up.
he's looking. Yeah, Soundwave, Bumblebee. He's in there fucking
Matt, you
deep.
hear? Yeah. Optimus Prime died at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, he's real deep. He's getting into those the Beast Wars now. I forgot what's going on with that.
He won't stop.
Yeah. Did you guys see Transformers Beast Wars? Do you see the new
No.
Transformers? Yeah,
No.
I took my son to it, and he was very trepidatious because he doesn't like to see anything with real people, and he's always concerned about blood,
Sure.
and he's very worried. And we go in and we sit down, and this lady turns around and she goes, "Oh, we got a Transformers fan," and I went, "No."
No.
No, he's here, and he's like, and he was a little worried, but the movie was very little kiddish, and we made it through just fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tell Michael Bay did not direct it because there's no leering on any women's asses. There's nothing insane. There's not a point where like they crash 3 helicopters in a row for no reason,
Sure.
stuff like that. I didn't pass out. You know what I mean? That's that. Transformers last night is so intense. I saw it in like the fake IMAX at MJR.
Yeah.
And at one point they just blew up so much stuff that I just passed out.
Yeah.
I was just like, my body can't handle this
I've
movie
never
anymore.
seen a single second of any of them.
Really?
Never a single second.
I can't say I recommend them, but if you're like, I want to see like the craziest fucking thing, like I say definitely the Mark Wahlberg ones are the way to go.
When they show like a clip of like Bumblebee turning into like the thing, like that footage, I'm always like, holy shit, it looks amazing.
Yeah, no, just
But the
imagine
movie?
imagine like 2.5 hours of that.
Sure.
Like 2.5 hours, like
Whoever came up with that,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that looks fucking crazy good.
yeah.
And by the way, the character's name was Rumble.
That we did.
Yeah. That's why it was so quiet for a
Yes,
little bit.
That's right. We were just filling time while Matt figured it out. All right. Next up is Promises. First listen, when I heard this song, I said, is this song about someone going for a walk? And you said, hey, you want to go for a walk? And you said, yeah. You said,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm going for a walk at like 2:15. Okay.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, cool. 2:15. Where the fuck is Garrett? He said he was gonna be here. What the fuck? I'm gonna walk by myself? These promises are done. Broken promises. Oh, let me
I'm furious.
let me call Matt Nas real quick. Right.
Hey, hello,
Hey, Matt.
Lorin.
I was supposed to go for a walk today with Garrett.
Oh yeah, fun.
Didn't fucking show up.
Broken promises.
Thank you. So yeah, I just love the fact that it's like, yeah, that taken at face value on this first verse is about like somebody stood him up for a walk. And he's just like, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you?
There is a part of me that goes, hey, Adema, Green Day's in your house. They just ripped you off for a Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
That's a good one. I said it had Incubus vibes to me. It like had a riff at the beginning.
Mhm.
Then it's gonna slow down to let you hear me
Mhm.
sing.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Listen, Brandon Boyd, he can sneak in anywhere. He doesn't wear his shirt. Okay.
He's so oily.
He just oils himself up. He just slides into your house.
Every
all right?
door is beads to
Yeah.
him, pal.
That's right.
Hey,
That's right.
I've moved
And you
to
know what?
any room.
Maybe that's why that kid can't stand up straight, because there's all this slickness that Brandon Boyd's left around. The kid's falling down. You're blaming him for it. Why are you so codependent? It's actually because Brandon Boyd has slicked up your house while stealing your riffs.
And just when you think you can lean up against a door for stability, it's beads. You're
Yep,
going
you're
down.
gone.
I went through the beads.
So you know what? I enjoyed this one. A Song of Disappointment. Once again, all surface, but I appreciated it. I was on the ride with these vibes.
Yeah, I liked this one. I did.
Yeah.
I know. I don't have much to say. I was like, I say it's Incubus vibes, but Incubus vibes.
There you go.
I don't know. That one was all right.
Matt, as someone who hates to walk alone, how did
That's
you feel
true.
about it?
I walk alone. Yeah, I didn't. This was the one where how straight ahead the lyrics are was like,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
because I
Went for a walk. Yeah,
so I could clear my mind.
Yeah.
I
I-
went outside to take a walk so I could relive memories. I thought you would lend a hand. He wanted to go for a walk and talk about the old days.
Like it's just that thing of being a little too on the nose and being wrapped up in a slower song that it's just like, how about a little, just a whisper of mystique?
The song's all nose. What can we say? It's on the nose. It is the nose.
It
It's all
happened
nose.
to be a melody that hit me right, so I didn't give a shit.
There you
I
go.
get it.
How
There
on-
you
So
go.
I was just like, oh,
And
I
I-
like the sound of this, and I didn't even think about the
And
lyrics.
truly, I cannot believe how much Green Day lifted for Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Well, here's
I
interesting.
walk these streets alone on this Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Broken dreams about a friend from Adema I was supposed to go on a walk with.
Mark Chavez sitting there like, fucking Billy Joe Armstrong, and I was supposed to take a fucking walk. Little did I know that he took a walk to the studio to rip off my song.
But what they did was just punch it up. They just did what Howard Dean should have done.
Howie
Hey,
B.
good idea for a song. I'm gonna punch it up.
I like this nickname that he's given him, Howard Bean. I like Howard.
Oh, is it
Bean.
is it Dean?
Benson.
Howard
Oh,
Benson.
Benson.
I don't.
yeah.
I like.
I call him Howie B.
Howie
Oh,
Bean. I like
okay.
Howard Bean
I don't
too.
know why
I
I
think
went
it's
Howard Dean.
good.
Yeah.
Howard Dean.
It is me, Howard Bean.
I love it. Well, so song.
Howard Bean is like the professor who gives you the gadgets to solve the
Right. Look,
case.
if Howard did his job and punched up some shit, I'd know his name's Howard Benson. Damn, Howie.
Howie B.
Ooh, so songmeanings.com. Nicole, all caps, is back.
Oh yeah.
So sad. I listen to this when I feel hurt by someone and fed up. I know what he's talking about. I like that because it makes it seem like being hurt by someone and fed up is a regular occurrence, and they just got to have it ready. You know, they're just like,
I will say that it would have been more on the nose if he said, I went for a walk and we were supposed to talk.
yeah.
So he didn't do that one.
Yeah, well, he already bitch ditched it, so he couldn't do it twice. Velvet Acid Sally. I love this song. It's among my top 5 by them. It's top 5s. What are these? Is this all Chris Rock? My top 5.
Rankings are
Top
good.
5.
Oh, I forgot when he would do that. That movie.
Yes. Well, I got to talk about this. I went out to eat with some friends last night, and we were talking about movies, as we often do. We ended up talking about the movie Spiral, which was this movie that Chris Rock made that was like in the world of Saw, but it was like not.
Dear God.
And this is a movie that I had never heard anything good about. I heard it was like a bad movie across the board. And my friend Megan, I don't think she'll mind me saying this, goes, the movie's actually really good. And Chris Rock looks amazing in it. And I was like, stop right there. Wait. Chris Rock? And she's like, oh yeah, he like scales this wall at one point. And I'm like, wait. Chris Rock, the comedian. Like, you're like
the skinny.
She's like, yeah, she was like, yeah, he looks, she would not stop talking about how good he looks in the movie Spiral, how hot Chris Rock is. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I turned to her husband and he's like, I don't know anything about this. I'm like, well, you need to look it up. You know, you're going to wake up in the middle of the night. She's going to be watching Bring the Pain on mute. Like, just like, I don't need the jokes. I just need to see the man. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? It was so insane. And so now she's like, you got to watch Spiral. You got to watch Spiral. And I'm like, well, I mean, like a boner from like seeing Chris Rock? I mean, you know, like, I don't know. Crazy. Sexy Chris Rock. So yeah, watch Spiral and apparently get hard. But speaking of plagiarism, Belvedere 84 said, is it just me or does this song reek of Seether's Fine Again? Is it supposed to be like that?
Ooh.
So then I was like, wow. But then I was like, am I going to go listen to a Seether song that I haven't been assigned to find out if this is right or not? I'm not doing that. I'll leave it to the Seether heads, the Seethy boys, okay? You can do that. Reishi said, woo! Whole comment.
All right.
And Here from Venus wrote a fucking paragraph that starts with, well, for me, this song means a lot. And then they go in to talk about their abusive relationship and how people said sorry, air quotes, and they gave me pity, and that they'd use therapy against him. And and then at the end, he says, I hope he enjoys being treated like the abused little bitch for a change while he's in jail.
There it is.
There it is. There you go. Black Halo said, I love this song. You're not going to change. I see who you really are. There are some people I could dedicate this to. Word for word.
And you're on the list.
Yeah, on the list. Word for word. I don't need to change a word of Mark's prose here. He nailed you, walk ignorer. Jake Murd said, definitely one of Adema's softer songs. At least somewhat. Come on, commit, bud.
Yeah, you already said
it. The meaning is pretty obvious. I just like the way the softer parts of the song are structured. Yummy.
I don't know about the yummy.
Yummy.
Even in 2006, that was weird to write.
Yummy. Rocky778 said, it's totally amazing. The lead singer, they wrote songer, I think they meant lead singer, knows how to get his point across. Nice, rough, angry voice.
I'm a songer. I launch songs out of my mouth. Sure.
Yeah, songs, they come from me. I'm a songer. And Darth Edema said, I love this song. Mark stated that this song is about a boy that tried his best to live up to people's expectations, but in the end was tired of trying to do so and went out to live by his own expectations. The song is probably the best song of the Unstable album.
Maybe top 5.
Maybe top 5. Maybe top 5. Maybe top 5. Maybe top 5.
No Spiral.
Yeah. Well, let's check in with Hot Chris Rock, see what he has to say. All right. Up next, Blame Me. I wrote in my notes here, we got soulful vocal. We got Howie B behind the boards, all right? He is hitting those buttons. He's like, listen, you know what you guys are going to do in this song? You're going to fucking shine, all right? All right, you're going to shine.
You know what? I have a button here called Sparkle. I never press this button.
He never presses the sparkle button.
This makes me remember Howard Benson's name right here, baby.
That's right. Remember
Yeah.
the name.
This one fucking rules to me. I
Ooh.
love this one. It felt very finished.
Talk about put this on your night drive mix.
Yeah,
Mm.
oh, good call.
Good night
Yeah,
drive.
good night drive
This could be like
song.
a 696 I-696 through the tunnels
Ooh.
with the lights in the
Oh,
nighttime. This
Can
one.
you give me a post-summer thunderstorm?
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
hot,
Yeah.
still hot, wet in the air,
Yep.
windows down, Blame Me going.
Ooh.
This one hits to
And
me.
he leans into that. I wrote in my notes, but he leans into that trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. There's a bendy in the lead in the back to the verse. I think we all noticed it, which is keeping that new metal weird in the slow ones. I love it. Incredible atmosphere. Great in the car. Great on headphones. Those lighters. Let me see them.
Yeah.
Let me see them lighters.
Let me see them
Let me
lighters.
see the lighters. I loved it. I wrote the boys ain't done. We ain't done yet.
Nope.
They ain't done.
This one was good.
Songmeanings.com. Disgorge. They're back. Perfectly describes my relationship.
Oh,
This song brought a tear to my eyes.
why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we do this to each other?
I just posted on Facebook that we've been through ups and downs, but we're still together. What are you doing? I just posted 4 paragraphs on Instagram under 4 photos of us at barbecues. What are you doing to me? Oh,
I'm always blown away by the dates at which these were written. I don't know why.
December 18th, 2004.
Why is that so weird to me? I'm just
Yeah,
like, the
because-
holidays are here
They should-
and you're fucking
I'll get back
here.
to the holiday party in a second.
Right.
Oh, just,
I don't do it too often, but every now and again I will be like, what day of the week is it? And it is always crazy when they're Saturdays. It's like, oh my God.
I love that you
dude.
look that. That's a good idea.
I don't always do it, but when I've done, if
Yeah.
it's a Saturday, I go, why are you on the
Why?
site on Saturday?
All the Saturdays in 2006 were fucking great.
Oh,
Why the fuck did you waste
literally
them?
2006 was all great Saturdays, no bad Saturdays.
None.
It's incredible year for Saturdays.
That was like every Saturday was Canada for me in 2006.
Mm.
It was good. Dude.
2000. I don't know if I've talked about this, but I was finding some old photos from like my peak 20s years, like 2004 to like 2007. And I was blown away how every single photo I'm wasted, and so is everyone around me.
Let
and
me
I was
ask
like,
you
I
this,
don't
though.
remember being that drunk, but apparently.
Do you look back on yourself and go like, yeah, I'm those things, but I'm also insanely good looking in that? Because all the photos I see of myself in Canada, I'm like, I'm the fucking hottest guy that ever lived in that photo. But I just looked like a normal fucking 21-year-old like the rest of them because they all look fucking awesome.
Interesting. You know, I look back on those, and I definitely think I look thinner.
That's all I mean.
Oh, yeah.
I just
yeah.
meant thinner and tanner. You're just
Yes.
not a
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
not
no.
a dad in
No,
them.
no, you're true. I do look back on some.
You're
and
cooler in it.
I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, he was like 150 pounds.
Yeah.
and yeah, he was. Yeah,
He's just cooler. He's
Yeah,
not
mm.
better. Yeah, I always
Yeah.
look back. I'm like,
Mm.
fuck
Yeah.
that
Old
No.
stick in the mud Nos over here is
guy.
like, I'm the best looking I've ever been.
I
right
do.
now.
I do feel. I do
That's
feel
how it
like
should
I.
be.
I do feel like I've never been hotter than right now, though. That's true. I
The-
do
well,
feel-
like the
yeah.
thing is,
Well,
like
good
when
for
I,
you guys.
But
Well, listen. When we said we were gonna have you back on, I was like, what about the fact that he's an uggo, Matt? And Matt's like, it's a podcast, but we're gonna video it.
Turn the video off. I don't want it.
And I was like, what do you think that accounts for the popularity of Wayne County Life? That everyone's just like, hey, the uggo's got a new video.
My kids play this prank on me all the time where they psychologically mess with me and they tell they're like, hey, Dad, you know everyone's like just trying to make you feel good, right? Everyone just thinks you're crazy for making those. And I'll just go like, are you serious? Are you joking? Like they're laughing at me. And he's like, oh, yeah, Dad. That ain't funny the way you think. It cracks me up. It's like, are you joking? They don't really think like that, right? They're like, no, Dad. Correct.
Now, I mean, you're heavily involved, I know, with their football season and everything,
Yeah.
the video and stuff. Do you ever go to the games in character, or is that
they've-
like a bridge too far? Like,
Yeah,
don't do that.
They've mentioned like maybe doing a video like that or something like that, but then I look over at the boys and they're like, "Oh no, that won't happen." And I'm like, "Yeah, good point." They find it awesome, but they're like, "Yeah, keep that this isn't part of the football season. I'm like, good call, boys. Good call.
So true. So it would be true that if like they came out of the school and you were like outside in like Uncle Terry garb, they'd be like, I don't know this fucking guy.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like it'd be like you were getting picked up from school by Jiminy Glick or some shit. It's just like, what the fuck? No, it's insane to them. Like, they love it, but they're like, no, don't bring that shit here.
Yeah, I need you.
Yeah.
I don't need
Yeah,
that.
but it would be
guy.
hilarious.
Mm.
Yeah.
I do like that. Have they come to you with like, we have characters that we like, and you're like, maybe next time?
They're really good at picking up on things of people.
Mm.
So like, hey, this guy does this thing. It's funny. And it'll just be like a speech cadence. So, you know, they pick up on like little things their coaches do.
Uh-huh.
And I love that they have that brain for that. Just like,
Mhm.
my coach always says this or this or this. And I'm like, yeah, pick up on them nuances,
Mhm.
baby. I love
You know-
that.
Your Cody character,
Mm.
you've been doing for so long and you know him so well. There's a YouTuber called It's Too Easy who goes to every Lions game,
Uh-huh.
and it's him
Yeah.
because like he does that like I don't know.
Hey, what's up?
Like he does like he's like my boss and like
Oh,
all
yeah,
that type
that-
of like
yeah.
like that is his
Go high. Yeah. I
that's
know
his
that.
personality. He's just like we're getting those nachos today because they're yummy. Weird. Sorry.
Nope. Good.
A couple other comments. Devil's Little Sister is back.
Here
Is this-
she comes.
Is this the same singer as the rest of the songs in the CD? He sounds different, but that could just be him doing that purposely to his voice. I don't know. Anyway, great song. It's pretty cool. It's pretty obvious that it's about two people who no longer trust each other and can't seem to stop fighting. I love how people are just like, I have this theory and I am about to abandon it. I am going on an expedition. It's over. The expedition is over. Nope, no longer exploring. All for Nothing said, it's about a couple who can't trust each other anymore. She has left him before and he's heartbroken. Then they get back together and in the same old shit, only now he wants to leave her, but he loves her so much and can't, and she blames him for all that she puts him through. Sounds a lot like my relationship, only I don't think his chick cheated on him with his best friend. Or
Jeez.
Whoa.
dropped a whore at the end.
Jeez.
I know. Once again, these twist endings. He's like, I have a theory based on my life and my girl and my best friend. All for Nothing. Maybe.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
All right. Up next. So fortunate.
He does have the voice of an angel.
He's got a voice of an angel.
Can sing.
He can sing. And this is one of those ones where somebody said, hey, I just heard this fucking Stain song. We got to do a Stain song. And Mark Chavez is like, I love my son. And they're like, cool, work with that. And he's
There it
like,
is.
that's it. That's all I've got.
That's it.
That's it. That's all I do. I don't need to add anything more. Have you met my son? I fucking love him.
I love that.
I
boy.
love my son. What's the chorus going to be like? I love my
I
child.
love my child.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, you want to? No, I'm not changing
Well,
a word.
I mean, you're very fortunate that you feel that way. So
Fortunate. I could not. Once again, this is the complete flip. Like we have the song where he's like abusive, and this song he's like, I am literally love my child.
Yes.
I am blessed.
I am blessed. It also has the great line once again that abusive relationship whack. In this chorus, so fortunate. Life can get tight, but I will make it right. Listen, some people got it and some people don't. Mark
That's
Chavez has
right.
got it. He's got it.
I said that this song, like the I love my child line, it's so funny. But sometimes this song feels like a dad driving alone, talking to himself after a fight with his wife. Kind of reminds himself like, I am fortunate. It's just, you know what? I love my child, but I just, I'm
all
fortunate."
through gritted teeth.
Right, you know those moments where you're in
Oh,
a
yeah.
fight and you're like, why does this doesn't,
I never thought I was strong enough.
exactly.
Oh,
And so
my
I just,
God.
I love my
Yeah, well, that's
Oh,
what's funny is like, what if I took my gritted teeth speech and sang it through an open mouth?
child.
What if I did it? You
And
know,
Howard said, let's try it.
let's do it. Let's make it happen.
That
There's a-
sounds like 400,000 copies sold.
Hey, yeah,
That's right,
baby.
baby. There's a string section at one point, and I wrote in my notes that this is so earnest that we talk about. Oh man, they're really wearing their heart on their sleeve.
Yeah.
This is the case where your heart is all sleeves and pant legs, possibly hard on your face. Okay, this is just all heart. This honestly is just like a big heart with like arms and legs.
You ripped your fucking heart out.
Yeah.
Held in front of everybody.
Yes, and then it sang the song.
Right.
It's
You sang it to your heart.
Aryan, I don't know why I copied all these Aryan ones. I think it's just to have like a normal person. Aryan's like, it's pretty obvious that he wrote the song about his son. Really nice song. Thank you. Cruibasol. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be Crucible, but they got things mixed up. Who knows? Very cool song. I think it's about that even in the toughest times, there's always someone or something who makes you feel special or grateful for what you have. And I liked how it was not just someone, but also something. I just don't know what that made me like. Just like something or someone.
Something can.
Something. Oh, maybe it's like a,
Swimming pool.
swimming pool. Oh,
Well, I will
Yeah.
say,
New jacuzzi.
I love my swimming pool. It is so cool.
A gently
I'm
used
so
Hummer.
fortunate to have it.
He has a good house, like a 4-bedroom colonial.
Oh,
He's
yeah, for sure.
fortunate, dude.
He's fortunate.
You live like a king in modern times, dude.
Mhm.
Like,
oh man, if he's got,
could be worse.
listen. Somebody pointed out the other day that I grew up in a house that only had one shower,
Thank you.
and I had my sister. I'm like, I don't know how we got through the day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I grew up without air conditioning.
Wow.
I have it
same.
now. And
Yeah.
guess what I am? Every time I'm cold.
I will say that this is truly a great take on rewriting Home Sweet Home. This is a road song.
Oh, yeah.
You
So
know?
it's
This is only God knows why. But
This is home. this is home by Stained, where he turns into the birds.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a great take. I never thought I was strong enough to handle raising my own son, and I'm never home. So I hope he knows me when I get there.
Yeah. That's always there's always songs like that where guys are like, I'm on the road and I can't always be there. And I'm like, why don't you just schedule your fucking tour better? It's up to you when you fucking go.
You know what? It's funny. And nowadays, you look at it, and bands are just like, yeah, we schedule it around our families.
Why-
And they say it in this way that it's like, yeah, one guy did it, and we all went, oh, I guess we can have a work-life balance.
Can't you
I
just
guess
go on the weekends?
I think what it is that some of these bands think they're like fucking Newfound Glory, and they got to play like, 52 weeks a year or something.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Like, I got to do a show every night.
I guess
it's
it
up
just
to
kind of
you.
depends on how big your tour is, right?
Sure.
Because like if you have to have semis, then you gotta. I agree with. Well, can we schedule this during the summer when my kid's out of school and they can come with us?
Right.
I mean, I don't know all the dynamics of this.
Daddy, did you take me to the concert this summer?
I
my summer
love
break.
my child.
I love my child. He makes me smile, but but it makes me cry.
Tell me, what are the concerts you've seen? Kiss a deaf weapon.
Well done, Papa.
At least he's got that in his repertoire
Oh,
to be
yeah.
like,
Listen, if Mark Chavez wants to put 12 D's on Bleed, he wants to put 18 T's on Trust, I'm here for it, all right? I'll put it. Listen, if that costs extra, it's worth it, okay?
You don't need your civil
I want to just talk about this right up top.
Sure.
Who has turned their back on Adema in this song? God.
God did.
Is Adema a Christian band?
Ooh, get to
Oh,
the boards.
Get to the boards. Get to the boards. Garrett, you are noted theologian. You're all about Jesus Christ. I mean, when you listen to the song, you're like, oh yeah, these are Christian boys.
I could feel it.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
feel it,
Good-
and I just
much
need
like
him
the
to
Holy
say that
Spirit.
word one more time.
Just like the Holy Spirit, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Always here.
Always there. Matt, as a known pagan, how did you feel about this?
Wait a fucking minute.
We're back to rocking on this song, and it's rocking with an apostrophe, no G, because stressing out has no G.
Ain't got no
either.
fucking time.
No
for that.
fucking
no
thing.
time for G's,
No
baby.
time for G's. Well, also, if God's turned his back on you, you definitely don't have any time for
Hose
G's.
up, G's down.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right. Yeah, we got some nice rubbery bass on this song. It's very new metal. There's a screechy back that he does in the last 10 seconds of the song that I really liked. And then on Songmeanings.com, Arian came in and said, feeling like you've been let down by your love and God.
Ooh.
Oh, so somebody was on the boards making this point. Garrett, how'd you feel about this one?
It was okay. I don't know. It kind of felt complainy to me. Maybe because it doesn't feel very specific in what he's complaining about. He's just stressed out and it's just shit's going. I wrote, this is just like a young dad with a ton of errands and chores to do. That's a shit I scream when I have to go to Target 2 days in a row. This stress me out. God's turned his back on me.
Trust me, when you're in Target
Dude.
in the housewares and you're like, I got to buy another hamper basket because the handle broke,
Dude.
God has turned his fucking back.
You know how many athletic cups I've had to buy this year and replace? God's turned his back on me. I have to go to Dick's Sporting Goods 3 times a week.
Why does my son continue to grow so like the pants I bought him a week ago don't fucking fit anymore? God has turned his back on me.
I just filled this car's gas tank and now I'm back here. Guess who did this? God. He's in charge of the gas prices, him and Biden.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
You might see one set of footprints, but that's what God was carrying.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, you know, I don't know. It was okay.
Yeah. Matt, how'd you feel about this one?
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I didn't. Here's the thing: is like all of these songs, especially when I think I had a lot of vitriol for the first Adema record. I remember staunchly not enjoying that.
Mhm.
This is very enjoyable. This is a very solid rock record. The songs are good, way on the nose, like no subtext, but like this song is a little bit too much of that. I get it.
Sure.
You know, like we're pretty much 3/4 of the way through the album. I don't need this one. Like, I don't need to be stressing out.
Same.
We nobody does.
Same.
Nobody does. Absolutely not. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I remember I got grocery delivery at Kroger recently, and they gave my order to somebody else, and they had to redo my whole order. And I was like, God has turned his back
Oh,
on me
dude.
today.
DoorDash can make me feel like God is against me.
Oh, when you're watching that dot and you're like, where are you going? Where are you going?
Oh,
Where are you
dude.
going? That's not where my house is.
Then the food shows up and it's fucking cold.
Mm.
That's happened the last 7 times.
Oh.
Stress me out.
You've turned your back on me. I mean, why even have them toast the sub, right?
Thank you. It's just fucking shitty cold bread that was once toasted.
Mm.
Stress me out.
Stress me out. Well, this song clearly has to be a communication to God now that you're stressed out. It's called Do You Hear Me?
All right.
Once again, Adema are praying. They're talking. Christian band?
I popped in my head when I heard pray. I gotta say,
Mm-hmm.
this is my favorite on the fucking
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
so this is top of your top 5.
Yeah. of all time.
Of all time.
So it's this one.
Top of Adema songs. Top
This
of
is
all.
number 1. Number 2 is Back in Black.
This is my favorite thing. Top 5
Oh, of all things.
over love. Over this song.
So this is number 1. Love is 2.
Hostess Ding
This
Dongs.
is 3.
3.
All right.
A warm summer day is 4.
4. The embrace of your wife is 5.
Yeah. Exactly.
There you
Christmas 6.
And then still DRE.
bumped by
Yeah.
Adema.
Yep, yeah. And then your kids are like, what, 26, 27, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't tell them which is which.
Yeah, I wrote this is a banger. Melody fucking rules. Beat is sick. I go, take your time, dogs. This one you can do whatever you want on. And I go, this is the one where I wrote, I don't care what it's about. This shit bops.
I wrote, honestly, solid. This is just rock fucking solid.
Yeah.
And I wrote the vibes. The vibes
the
are
vibes
there. The vibes are there.
immaculate.
And this has honestly, so this is about like obviously somebody dying and him praying, wondering if they can hear him, missing them. And he has the line. This is what I'm putting. I'm gonna say it. This is probably the line of the album. Best line, top 5 line. Your hand went limp and we cried. I love the simplicity of it. I love it. Like there's a lot of different ways, you know, people have been like, we're in the, you know, I'm in the room and the machines are beeping, you know, like creating that ambiance of like sickness or whatever, creating like, where were we? But your hand went limp and we cried. Like that's all we get. That's all we need.
Nuance. We know what he's saying.
Yes,
Through very little words.
exactly. But with stressing him out, we didn't know what
Right.
specifics.
Yep.
So yeah, this one got it done. I was into it. Matt?
I liked what I heard.
There you go. Disgorge is back on Songmeanings.com. Said, to me, it seems as though someone close to them got sick and died, and he never got the chance to say sorry and feels kind of responsible. I did not get the responsibility thing on there. Disgorge Who did you leave in a creek to die? Because that sounds like a confession.
And when did the Stand By Me boys find it?
Yes, exactly. Yep. Yeah, and then then somebody else said, "What's the point of life?" Came back, and they said it's kind of like what had happened to my school. I love it. Let's talk about what happened at your school. 2 boys died in a car wreck, and one of my friends lives like 100 yards from where it happened, and he thinks it's his fault. Okay. This has big, I was in 9/11 the week before vibes. I'm sorry. Your friend's like, I feel responsible. I live 100 yards where Timmy and James died.
That's just where you happen to live.
It's nothing
That's
to do
just
with
where
you.
your parents moved in a long time ago.
Nothing to do with it. It's you know what it's like when my mom got in a car accident when I was in 5th grade.
Whoa.
And I was in the car and I like turned and saw like the back of the guy's head as he like drove away because he was like a hit and run.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I have to get interviewed by the police? Because I saw the back of his head. I don't know if that's important.
If only the person living nearby could have stopped it for you, Lorin.
I know, but I
the
remember
guy who lives 100 yards away.
Yes, why didn't you run to that person and say, why?
It was in front of Somerset Mall. Why didn't anyone at the mall do something about it?
That Claire's is they're on the hook.
Yeah. And then this person, I think it's supposed to be Crucible, but spelled weird, said, another really good song from Adema. The bass line is awesome. I think the song's basically about someone thinks it's their fault that a loved one has died or someone like that anyway. I might be wrong. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Who knows? I don't even know why I'm fucking doing this. And Darth Adema is back. Said this is still one of my all-time favorite Adema songs ever. They wrote this in 2007, so a lot's happened since then.
Sure.
So it's still nothing's changed.
Yeah,
okay?
I know.
4 years have passed. It is such a good meaning. Basically, a song about someone real close to the person who fell ill and died, and basically the person probably feels it's his fault and he wishes he could have said he was sorry, even though it wasn't his fault. Thank you, Darth Adema. One of the more mature tracks this band has done. It's like interesting because I mean, this album. I mean, we're not.
This is a pretty mature album.
Yeah, we're not. We're not dealing with like
certainly more mature than most things I've said today.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I won't read that one. It's honestly too crazy. Okay. So
Sometimes they're too crazy.
I
folks.
put it in, and then I'm like, am I gonna? Nope, too crazy.
Too nuts.
All right. Next up is Let Go. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing.
Again, he's in his car. I'm happy with my life. I love my
I
child.
love my child. And then he's like, I just got to do this full throated because I'm just needed to. Incredible. And this one, I'm sitting. Now forget the walk. I'm sitting on the edge of the water, contemplating my strange life. The sun starts to fall into the ground. Ooh, nice poeticness there. A breeze picks up the waves, and everything is fine. Have we ever heard? This is it. This is it right here. Ground zero.
Yeah.
The content nu metal ballad. Everything's great, and I love my life.
Right.
We have never heard this.
Sure.
No, Linkin Park would never. Limp Bizkit would never. Korn would never. Chino is having sex would never.
I love that you say that. And you're right. It is a content song. Like he's like, I figured it all out. But the next track, Lorin.
No, I know.
Is going. Okay.
Well, I
Listen.
feel like I listen to this and I hear this and instantly my brain goes, the lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Matt, you don't think everything is fine and he's happy with his life?
Everything leading up to this point leads me to believe he's been stressing out.
True. Couple comments at Songmeanings.com. Arian is back. This song is pretty cool. It's about letting go, giving up, moving on. Dying Inside said, I have had this song banging around inside my head all fucking day.
Oh, no.
I really like it now. I don't know. Your screen name is Dying Inside.
Fucking middle of winter, February 11th of 2006, a hellish winter. And this person's like, I got to write this now.
There's great Saturdays here, but
Yeah.
Tough winter. This one I enjoyed the themes. I was blown away by the fact that it was giving this message of complete contentment, but also is like, let me see some of that Stained money.
Sure.
But it's like, but when Adema is forced to go Stained, they're like, things are great. Like Aaron Lewis Stained songs are like, oh, it's been a while since I've seen your fucking face,
Absolutely.
And like Adema's like, I love my life and my
Yep.
hugs.
I wrote, and this follows Stain. The melody is there. Like, they can give you a Stained melody. He's
Mhm.
got the pipes. He can give you that sound.
He's good.
They could use a better lyricist in the group. It's just like when Aaron sings those songs, you know, they're
Mhm.
about him. I don't know. They just feel real.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, like, Aaron Lewis, like, every time he sells it, I'm just like, this human cigarette lived it. Already. I believe it. I believe
I used
it.
to make the joke that I was like, yeah, Aaron, my parents are divorced too, dude. And I'm getting through high school
Yeah.
just fine,
There
bud.
you go.
I don't know, Aaron.
All right. So, okay. So he loves
So-
his life.
Before we get there,
Yeah.
how respectful of our time is this album?
Matt, this album is a sweet 40 minutes and 48 seconds.
Hot baby.
So glad you could listen to this
Such a
album
change
3
of pace from
times.
like current albums that I listen to. You know, like the new Drake album comes out and it's 48 songs. And I'm like, die. I don't want this in my life. This was nice to see.
I'm at a point now in my life where if I see a movie is really long, I'm like, cool, great, I'm in. I see an album is really long, and I was like, why would you do this to me?
Thank
I thought
you.
we were friends. I honestly, this is funny. The new Blink-182 album is out.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a huge fan, but I was excited to listen to it.
Sure.
Blink-182 albums, I thought as a rule, are like
should be 30 minutes.
35 tops. This album is 45 minutes long. And I was like, guys, I know you've been away,
Right.
but 45 minutes?
Right.
Are you going to earn this? I haven't listened yet because I'm 45 minutes of Blink-182 is a lot of Blink-182. It's
I
10
like
minutes
the
more
first,
than I'm used
The first single I liked a lot, but
Yeah. I like it. I like the vibe. Listen, speaking of hot guys, Tom DeLonge has never looked hotter.
yeah, they look good.
He looks really good.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if he's Chris Rock hot,
No
but I mean,
way.
he's pretty
Spiral?
Yeah, can he
Spiral-
scale a wall? I doubt it.
Doubt it. Doubt it. All
All
right.
right.
So everything's great. Let go. It's all fine. But then this next song
Mhm.
betrayed me.
Okay, there's a very alarming thing when you watch the lyrics as the song goes.
Uh-huh.
As Matt's turning that down, I'm like, wait, there's only 4 more lines of lyrics. Like, damn, man. Is this a song?
Well, sometimes you get betrayed. And you can get it all across
Yeah.
in 8 lines,
Yeah.
and then you just, I mean, especially when I like it when they say, I watched you change and I never realized that you would be like all the rest. That means that this man is dealing with a series of betrayals. One after another, after another. And you
Broken
can-
heart.
Broken heart.
Compound
Broken heart.
betrayal is the worst.
Worst betrayal.
Oh, everybody knows that.
How did-
yeah.
How did I
Top
get
5 least favorite things.
Top 5. Top 5 least favorite things. Okay.
Betrayal.
Betrayal.
War.
War's bad. Don't like war.
That's
But
a genocide.
that's-
Sucks.
Genocide's is definite number 3.
Definite number 3.
And then
yeah,
betrayal and betrayal.
betrayal.
Yeah.
Oh, and then number 6 is like when you like have to pull into a spot that you know is going to be impossible to back out of
Yeah.
because it's close to the front of the store. But
Sure.
yeah. I was
Mine's dirty snow on the curb.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Hate that. Hate that. But betrayal, number 1 with a goddamn bullet. I wrote in my notes
Number 8, bullets.
bullets. Yeah, don't like them. I thought that maybe too many mid-tempo boys in a row.
I would agree.
Maybe this back half of the record, we were just like, you stack the mid-tempo boys.
Sure,
I
sure.
don't know. Maybe we could have mixed it up a little bit. But this one felt particularly Korn-esque to me. But without the stuff that I would expect from Korn. But there was like something about, I think the chorus more than anything, that felt a little bit like I could see Jonathan Davis talking about like betrayal in a series.
Sure.
And we do get some more riff up bits around 205. So it does pick up. So it's not just like a slow moody boy the whole time. Songmeanings.com, you guys.
Hit me.
Listen, it's about betrayal. So
It
we're
is.
going to get some stories
Sure.
about betrayal. Arian said, great song. I think the meaning is kind of obvious. It's about being betrayed by your love and not being able to trust them. Thank you, Arian, for always being straight and to the point. Nicole, all caps. Being betrayed is a bitch. Nicole, give me more. I know you have more.
Yes.
I know you have more.
Expound on that.
Tell me more. Disgorge. Sometimes I feel betrayed by my girlfriend. Well, ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
I screwed up and broke up with her. I wish I'd never done it. Wait. What? You feel betrayed. You broke up with her. You wish you were gotten back with her. Did she betray you? Did you betray her?
Right.
We need Disgorge. We need more.
Again, December 22nd, 2004. My birthday's December 21st. I remember that year. Those holidays in 04, classic years of holidays.
Classic.
And this one's wrapped up in their own betrayal crap.
Hey, come downstairs, Grandma. This might be the last Christmas with Grandma. Hold on, Songmeanings. I got to talk about this ex-girlfriend that I blew it with. All for nothing said. Being betrayed is a royal bitch. I know from experience. It happened almost a year ago, and I'm still haunted.
A whole year?
A whole year since the betrayal,
Whoa.
and they haven't been able to let it go. That was a betrayal. So this was March 29, 2008.
That's such a long time.
March. So think where you were March of 2007. This guy was getting fucking betrayed.
Very much so.
Yeah. Yeah. Juggalo DBT said, that's how I feel right now. I found out today how I was betrayed. Well, yesterday, technically, but it was
We didn't know, Juggalo. But we're down with the clowns, baby. And we needed to know.
Hey, man. Thanks for knowing I would fact check.
Thanks,
your
big
life.
dogs. Shout out to Twisted, Shaggy, Violent J, all baby.
Look, a juggalo never lies.
I don't forget dates.
I don't.
A juggalo never forgets what day they were betrayed.
Oh my God.
I was going to say it was today. It wasn't.
It was
You thought it was today.
No, wrong.
technically it was yesterday, and I don't. You better not be lying on them Songmeanings boards.
I don't want to betray you.
If I lie about the day, then I've betrayed everybody.
Oh, it's a true ultimate betrayal. Dark Eyes 666 said, "Damn good song." And Fresham, if I'm saying that right, said, "My interpretation. I think being betrayed here may not be the literal interpretation. Someone cheated on you or doing something behind your back. Probably this is just because it's how I relate to it. But I feel it's more about the person not being who you thought they were after giving yourself to them in every way possible. The image they presented when they first got to know them is completely different to how they really are once you get truly close to them." That's a real word salad, you guys.
Sure.
But the
I think so.
the tomato in there is feel it's more about the person not being who you thought they were after giving yourself to them in every way possible. Freshium, what did you do? Boundaries. It's a boundaries. All right? This guy's like, "I'm giving you everything." And they're like, "All right, but I'm going to betray that ass." All right.
You would be good at like handling people's crazy rants and then just being like, you know what? That's a word salad for me, bud. Like you can really chalk it up, Lorin.
Yeah.
You can chalk up crazy to just word salads. I love it.
Word salads. All right. It's the final song of the album. It's called Needles. Yeah, man. Listen, when this song came on, I was like, where has this been? Because they fucking do it. Like at first I'm like, we're about to get Slipknot. We got Slipknot at home. That's what I thought. There's no way Adema is going to bring me the true heat. They bring the fucking heat. When that Ripper section happens, Mr. Jiu-Jitsu, he's hitting them skins.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
fucking going.
I didn't know they had a fourth gear here.
I'm like, I was enjoying this record. I was like in. And this happens. And now I'm like, where's 5 more needles? All right. Because I'm going to put it right now. This top 5.
I wonder if it's top
Top
5 of what, Lorin?
Oh, you want more clarity?
Yeah.
Okay. What I would say, top 5, definitely top 5 song about needles. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
so
I mean-
it's this one and the System of a Down one.
Right,
That's
exactly.
I wish
Yeah.
I could think of one.
Yeah. I don't know. And yeah, other songs like that. No, I mean, this thing ripped up at a level I was not expecting. And every time I listened to it, I was like, they fucking crush this. They go out the door so fucking hot.
You messaged me in the week when we were listening to it, and you go, is this too hard? And I don't think I had gotten to it yet. And I was
Yeah.
like, what's he talking about? And then I got this and I was like, this must be the song he's talking about.
yeah.
Like, and too hard meaning good. Like, shit, this is crazy.
This
good.
is crazy good. The last 30 seconds is him screaming problems over and over
That's
again.
right, that's right.
Problems. And I was like, oh yeah, he's going out like, and it was so funny because it's like he said 2 songs ago, you know, he's like, I love my life.
let
but then
go.
but then he got fucking betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got fucking needles.
Mm-hmm.
forget about
Who's
it.
the Red Dragon? Is that a drug thing? He says like Red Dragon in it, and I'm like, is that a heroin thing? I never heard that
The
before.
red dragon's fucking circles through your skull. Well, that could be. I mean, maybe he was watching like some like old 1920s movie where somebody was in like an opium den or something.
It could have
like
been
that.
a Billie
Yeah.
Holiday documentary.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely,
she had
yeah.
to struggle with it.
Yeah, maybe that's he's like,
I
we
just-
need to talk about problems with opium again.
Yeah,
we need to
totally.
bring that back. I was watching Sherlock Holmes, man. It
It
was
didn't
fucking
go away
nuts.
in the 30s here, pal.
Mm,
Did a whole thing on it.
I
It
mean,
was
yeah,
great.
what if it's all Hannibal Lecter stuff?
yeah, it might be. I love how Songmeanings.com, everyone is so mad about the fact that he says problems at the end, and it's apparently a deal breaker for people. So there's a back and forth between Dragon Master 92 and Dread Knight, who said, I love this song, except when he starts repeating problems over and over. That was annoying. The song itself is awesome. I love the way it sounds. And then Dread Knight's like, I fully agree with you. Great start, weak ending. Could definitely use a remix of sorts to fix that. He only says it like the last 30 seconds of the song at the end of the album. Like,
It's over.
it's over. It's done. What's your problem? Like, this person's sitting there. You would think this is like in the middle of the song. It's like, do, 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 and then the guy's going,
It
like,
doesn't matter what he says at the
done.
end.
It's
Yeah.
done. It's gone. Then Dread Knight gets his own comment. Pretty awesome song. Starts really great, but has a very weak and annoying ending.
What do you want at the end?
I don't know. But then I
want drums to explode.
Listen, it's December 23rd, 2007. I want good stuff to end it.
need
good stuff.
Good stuff.
Also, I want to mention that the Dread Knight comment is from September 30th, 2023.
My God, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Just
amazing.
Waiting
Yes.
for us.
Yeah, amazing. And Arian, back one more time. This is my least favorite song on the album,
Oh, wow.
honestly.
Bottom 5.
The chorus makes me think it's about turning away from drugs after you figure out that they don't help. I love that they were like, my least favorite song. Here also is the meaning. They understand the name of the site. Great. And then tr.net said, then why is it your least favorite? Quitting drugs is a remarkable and very good thing. This is a beautiful song.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then Praying Mantis 84 said this song is like a sonic assault on the listener, especially after the rest of the album. Still, I like it. Pyramid Head 138. This is a kick-ass song. Since I've been stepped on my whole life, it makes me want to scream with him.
Amen. Me too.
That's right, Pyramid Head. That's a Silent Hill reference, right?
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Good, Matt. Hell yeah, you knew.
Matt knew. And then Psychado
That could be a good wrestling name.
said, holy shit, these lyrics are wrong. These are the real lyrics, LOL. And then preprints all the real lyrics.
Wow.
And then writes at the end, problems times 18. That motherfucker got his
He
fucking
Counted them.
hashtags, hashing it out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Notch,
counted them.
Counted it 18 times. Apparently, too annoying for some people.
Not me.
Not me, baby.
Hey,
18.
not me.
whatever, bro.
Yeah. And then finally, Darth Adema said, this is basically a scared straight song. It's about drugs and the problems they will lead to. It's pretty heavy. It's not exactly one of the best songs they've done, nor is it one of my favorites, but it still really does deliver a good message. I want to have a conversation with these Adema fans who think this is not one of the best songs on the album. What?
Yeah, I don't know what they're looking for then.
Well, they apparently have some problems. Problems.
Y'all
Count
sing
these problems.
Codependent.
Codependent. Guys, that's the album.
Hey, now.
Unstable by Adema. And now it's the part of the show where we talk about
Canon Talk.
Talk about the canon, Garrett. You're our guest. Your local boy done good.
Mhm.
What do you think?
I'm putting it in, baby.
He's putting it in.
This feels, I know it's a come down and stuff like that, but, you know, they were still wearing boot cuts. They were still wearing them chunky Doc Martens, spiked hair. The songs feel new metal as shit to me, especially the hit and that first song. But, yeah, I'm putting it in, baby. This is fucking Adema. These boys, you remember the tag in Wikipedia? Straight ahead.
New metal.
It fucking said Nu-Metal.
Mhm.
This is.
There we go. I wrote in a lot of ways, this feels like a lost nu-metal classic.
That's a good.
A band finding not necessarily an original voice, but a voice all the same and doubling down on their earnestness to make a shockingly open and honest album. The couple near the end are a little redundant, but you've got a lot of rockers and rippers here. The slow boys are nu-metal AF still. I was like, I would put the whole thing in. If not, Needles, Stand Up, Unstable, Rip the Heart Out of Me.
I always forget that I can put in.
We can put in
certain
multiple,
tracks. I always forget that.
but at the same time, I'm just like, I start just adding. I'm like, this song. I would put these on the track. I put it in. So that is where I stand.
I was shitting on too many mid-tempo boys, but I liked all those. So, maybe they were just lined up wrong, but yeah.
I mean, listen, I love my life and I love this album. What can you say?
I love my child.
Everything's fine. Matt Nas.
So here's where I am with it. I on this listen would not put this in the canon, but I started to think why I wouldn't, and then why you would, and I started to go. Nu-metal is very much about no subtext. I feel bad is a sentiment of nu-metal.
Mm-hmm.
These guys very much are straight ahead.
Yeah.
I would have loved to hear more Chug. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Son of a bitch, Chug comes up now.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
Matt's like kind of back pocket, like these motherfuckers may be ready for some Chug. I'm about to betray their asses.
I didn't know what I wanted till you said it, man. You're right.
You're right.
There was no Chug.
There is no ton of Chug. It's very true.
I would say the album is very good. I think this is the strongest of that era come down record we have heard, bar none.
Mm.
Like, but I don't want to put things into the canon with caveats. Like, put it in, but you have to say this is a come down record that's good.
Sure.
Sure.
Which makes me not want to put the whole thing in.
Okay.
I think Needles feels essential to me.
Absolutely.
Needles definitely feels essential to me. So Fortunate is just like
Mm-hmm.
So Fortunate is because that's the one where he loves his son, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love my child. Yeah.
because that is the nu-metal Home Sweet Home.
Yeah.
I am 100% with that, and even Unstable I could see putting in. Everything else,
Matt, I don't want to sound codependent here, but maybe also think about codependent. Rip the heart out. Stand up. Stand up. Any plus ultra abuse song.
hey Adema, why don't you talk to your half brother and tell him that you got a whole album in the canon and they
Hey.
don't have the first chord.
Congrats to you, Howard Benson. You did it, pal.
You did it, baby. You're never going to get this name now, baby.
I'll remember it forever.
All right. Adema, Unstable in the canon, baby.
Under duress.
Under duress. We got it in. We got it in. You know where to send them emails.
You know where we are.
You know where we'll be.
I can't wait to hear. How dare you?
How dare you?
There is no Chug on this record.
I feel fucking betrayed. And I'll be like, I don't know. Listen to the other 300 plus episodes. It's not that surprising. But thank you so much for listening. Garrett, thank you so much for coming back
Thanks
to the
for
show.
coming, buddy.
Thank you for
Truly
having me.
appreciate it.
Favorite
Why
podcast.
don't you tell us how to get in contact with you or watch what you do?
Sure. Follow us on all the social media platforms at WayneCountyLyfe.com.
That's
or
Life
that-
with a Y.
That's right. Yeah, we have WayneCountyLyfe.com as well, and then we're on all the social medias. LYFE for life. Yep.
Okay. And like you said, if they see you in the street, you're done with autographs. It's all about long conversations.
Throw me a baseball
Throw you a baseball.
because I'm going to throw it right back to you.
There you go, boy.
Let's have a catch.
Let's have a catch. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, keep on saying hello to us online. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We are on all of those. Send us an email, roachkoachpodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, Matt, thank you.
Lorin, thank you.
Garrett, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Roach Koach
Podcast.
on all day, every day.